with him. And it's easy to see why. It's the 80s and fear of hackers is on the rise. In 1983, the thriller War Games hits theaters. It's about a high school hacker who accidentally breaks into a military supercomputer, nearly triggering World War III.
Shall we play a game?
How about global thermonuclear war?
A wave of hacker hysteria follows. Headlines ask, how real is the horror of war games? After watching the movie, President Reagan reportedly orders his advisors to look into whether any of it could actually become reality. At this point, computers are still a mystery to most Americans. People who can hack into them don't have a defined image. War Games changes that. It puts hackers in the spotlight, casting them as dangerous, unpredictable, and even catastrophic to society. Kevin doesn't see himself as any of those things. Over the next few years, he drifts through boring jobs by day, but by night, he hacks. Together with Lenny, he's targeting a very specific company. It's their biggest challenge yet. You've probably never heard of DEC, but in the 80s, DEC is the second largest computer manufacturer in the world. One of its biggest successes is its VAX line. Relatively small and cheap enough that even smaller companies can afford them, these mini computers turn out to be real milestones. Kevin and Lenny take aim at their operating system. It's called the Virtual Memory System. They want to study its source code and find security flaws. And by looking at past fixes, they might be able to figure out how to sneak in their own back door, a kind of secret entrance into other people's computers. But of course they don't have access to the VMS source code. It's well guarded. They need to get into the VMS development network. So Kevin falls back on what he does best, social engineering. Lenny taps into the building's phone wiring from his work. He reroutes his connection through a fax line belonging to another company. This way, outgoing calls can't be traced back to them. Meanwhile, Kevin is in a hotel near Lenny's office. He uses a payphone to call Lenny. Then, holding a different payphone to his other ear, he calls DEC. Posing as an employee, he convinces a DEC operator to run a show users command.
On YouTube
this command lists everyone currently active and logged into the system. At that moment, Lenny is in the process of logging in. One entry shows Lenny as login and the device name. Then Kevin tells her to type in this spawn command. It quietly creates a logged in process on Lenny's modem connection, using the operator's account. Now Lenny is inside DEC's VMS development system, a cluster of connected computers used to work on the operating system, and Lenny has the full core source. Bingo. Next, they look through the emails of a VMS developer. Maybe he mentions vulnerabilities. In one file, they find an analysis of a modified version of VMS's login program, Login Out. It was developed by members of the German hacker collective Chaos Computer Club, and it's a backdoor. It changes the login system so it can secretly store passwords, hide certain users, and disable alarms when someone enters a special password. Kevin and Lenny build on the CCC's work. They improve the backdoor and keep adapting it to newer versions of VMS. Soon, they're able to install it on numerous VMS systems on DEC's global network. They essentially have access to any VMS system they want. But they're not after sensitive data. They want to copy the source code, just for laughs. Finding it isn't hard. Transferring it is. The source code is massive, so they compress and encrypt it. If anyone comes across it, it'll look like garbage. Next, they want to smuggle the code out of DEC's network. They look for systems in the network that connect to ARPANET, a military and academic network that will later become the internet. They use it to move the code piece by piece. But soon, they encounter another challenge. Storing the code in one place creates a huge risk of being detected, so they search for places where they can hide copies. One is a NASA lab. Using their backdoor, they get into the Jet Propulsion Laboratory's systems.
What?
JPL eventually realizes
what? I feel like this story is missing some pieces. Like,
one is in their network. When they find the CCC's backdoor patch, they suspect the German hacker group of gaining access.
Yeah,
the news breaks that a German hacker group has hacked NASA. Kevin and Lenny are undeterred. They continue with their plan until finally they've transferred the entire source code. Next, they put it on magnetic tape, essentially ancient hard drives, so they can go through the code without fear of being tracked. In the end, Lenny and Kevin have roughly 30 tapes containing the full VMS source code. Kevin and Lenny could go on forever.
Now what?
They start challenging each other, making bets. Who's the better hacker? They both work at companies using VMS. Whoever manages to break into the other's company's VMS system wins. The prize is always $150, a dinner at a fancy Beverly Hills restaurant. And Kevin often wins. so often that Lenny starts getting angry. At one point, he accuses Kevin of cheating and refuses to pay up. When Lenny doesn't pay his debt, Kevin comes up with an idea. He calls the company where Lenny works and impersonates an agent in the IRS's wage garnishment division. He claims to have a garnishment order and says that Lenny's
What kind of prank is that?
payment should be withheld. When Lenny finds out about the prank, he doesn't find it funny at all. He's furious and he confesses to his boss about Kevin and the DEC hack. The two of them call DEC security. Eventually, the FBI is informed. A few days later, Lenny lures Kevin to a parking garage. When Kevin gets out of his car, FBI agents flood in and arrest him. As agents let him away, Kevin reportedly turned to Lenny and asked him, "Why did you do this to me?" Lenny answered, "Because you're a menace to society." Prosecutors hit Kevin with a long list of charges. The DEC hack, stealing data from the NSA, breaking into police databases to erase their records of him, even spreading false information about a bank as revenge for not being hired. The DEC claims his fun little adventure has cost the company about $4 million. Kevin says he had nothing to do with most of these hacks.
Oh, some made up shit.
Rehashes of rumors about him, anything to make him look dangerous. But the prosecutors go even further. They tell the judge that Kevin is capable of accessing America's air defense systems with a phone call.
Check, $4 million makes sense. At the time, they probably had to pay like some staff fucking like $20K to install fucking Windows on 2 machines at the office. I mean, it is what it is. Right? I mean,
nuclear holocaust.
The old times.
So I started laughing in federal court because that's nothing. I never heard something so stupid in my life. And the judge actually agreed with the government.
It's the late 80s now, a few years after War Games.
Windows didn't exist.
Most people still don't really understand what hackers can and can't do. Computers in general are still met with suspicion since few people have one. Fear of nuclear war is in the air.
Take cover at once when you hear the attack sound.
So the authorities play it safe. Kevin is kept in solitary confinement while awaiting trial. He's denied access to a phone, and he spends most of his time alone. Time magazine writes that the phone in Mitnick's hands is like giving a gun to a hitman. The LA Times labels him a dark side hacker. The article also quotes Lenny. He calls Mitnick an electronic terrorist and claims he can ruin someone's life just using his fingers. One investigator suggests Mitnick's computer might be an umbilical cord to his soul. Eventually, Mitnick and the prosecutors reach a deal. He's sentenced to a year in prison followed by 6 months in a halfway house. There, he's supposed to address his addiction to hacking. By the early 90s,
why don't they just
Kevin's
hire
free,
him?
and he's serious about changing his life. Under the terms of his supervised release, he's forbidden from contacting other hackers. Finding a job proves almost impossible.
Guys,
every time he
this guy yoinked shit from the NSA and whatever, NASA, a bunch of the government-owned websites and databases, and why don't you just hire him? He clearly
it's an offer. His probation officer has to contact the employer. That outs him, and he stays unemployed. Without hacking, there's zero thrill in Kevin's life. He doesn't feel intellectually challenged. He'll later write in his book, "There was no sunshine in my life."
I was so passionate with hacking, it came to be like somewhat of an obsession for me.
So when Kevin hears that a big super hacker named Eric Hines wants to talk to him, he calls him. Hines rattles off hacks he's pulled and well-known hackers he's worked with. Kevin is impressed and wants to hear more, but he has to be careful. He's on probation. Talking to Hines could get him into serious trouble. So Kevin decides to bring in his friend Lewis. He becomes the front man, doing most of the talking with Hines. On a phone call, Hines mentions a special internal testing system called SAS, used by the telco giant Pacific Bell. It can be used to monitor phone lines. In other words, to listen in. Kevin's never heard of it before, but he's instantly hooked. He wants access. Kevin does what he does best and manages to get in. Now he and Lewis can spy on almost any private conversation within Pacific Bell. Hines is a strange guy. His calls go through a middleman. Hines is hesitant about giving out his own phone number, and he doesn't appear to have a job, yet he's always talking about hanging out at expensive clubs. So Kevin and Lewis want to meet him in person. They set up a meeting at a burger joint. Once they arrive, they don't have to look long. You can't miss Eric Hines. He looks like a rock star. Kevin and Lewis don't trust Eric, and they make that very obvious. They place handheld scanners right on the table. They even sweep Eric's body with an RF detector, checking for hidden microphones. It picks up nothing. At first, the conversation is cautious. Neither party wants to reveal too much. But eventually, Kevin and Lewis tell Hines that they've already made it into the SAS system. To prove it, Lewis pulls out a floppy disk and inserts it into Eric's laptop. Hines is stunned. He warns them to stay away from SAS or they'll get caught. Kevin is suspicious of Hines, but it's clear he knows a lot about hacking, and he seems to have a master key giving him access to every phone company's central office. Despite his suspicions, Kevin decides to stay in touch with Hines. The contact is just too valuable. Maybe they could trade information at some point. At this point, Kevin has crossed several lines. Again, he's violated the terms of his supervised release. He's back in regular contact with hackers. He's hacked into another phone company's system. And his gut tells him something is off.
Well, it's Diablo.
Through a series of calls, he finds out his phone is tapped.
No!
Who's listening in? And why? Maybe this has something to do with Hines. Kevin tracks down Hines' apartment and phone numbers. Then he checks in who actually owns them. Neither the apartment nor the phone numbers are registered to Eric Hines. They belong to a man named Joseph Warney. Kevin also gets a hold of another phone number linked to Hines under a different name. He calls the provider pretending to be Hines and says he's lost his phone bills. Could someone fax him copies? Customer service is of course happy to help. It seems that Hines has been calling the FBI. Who is Eric Hines? An informant? An FBI agent? It doesn't matter. Whoever it is, they're on to Kevin. And if they catch him, he's going back to prison. Kevin starts listening in on Hines' calls. One day, he talks to someone who sounds like an agent, and they mention a search warrant. Kevin immediately starts destroying evidence. He reprograms his phone and clones it to a new number. He takes his computer and boxes of disks to a friend's house. The FBI could show up at any moment. And they do. In late September 1992, the FBI search his apartment, but they don't arrest him. 3 months. That's all that's left of his supervised release. Maybe he can still make it. Maybe they don't have enough evidence. After all, he wiped everything. Kevin makes a decision. He stays in LA for the 3 months he has left. So be it. If they don't, he's gone for good. He'll start a new life somewhere in the US. He's already thinking about which city he'll go to. Then his supervised release finally ends. Kevin Mitnick is a free man. For a moment, he's relieved. He learns that Hines is indeed a snitch, that he worked with the feds. He must have told the FBI a lot about him. And eventually, Kevin learns that there's another warrant for his arrest. His mother has been approached by agents searching for him. He has to run. But he can't escape what happens next. In just a year, his name will land on the front page of the New York Times. They'll call him a computer programmer run amok, one of the nation's most wanted computer criminals. He'll become cyberspace's most wanted.
Chat, I just feel to see, I get he's addicted, chat, but none of this has paid fruits. Like it's not given him anything. It's only hindered his life.
This is Tsutomu Shimomura. He's a researcher at the University of California's San Diego Supercomputer Center. Shimomura doesn't look like your typical scientist.
But how is he surviving?
With his long hair and shorts, he's a cross between computer nerd and surfer dude. His main focus is the physics of computing, but more and more, he's being pulled into cybersecurity. He's become a valuable expert for the FBI and NSA. It's the final days of 1994. Christmas is over and Shimomura makes his way home from the airport. He's exhausted. But before going to bed, he realizes he hasn't checked his voicemails in a while. He isn't prepared for the message he receives.
Damn you, my technique is the best. My boss is the best. Damn you, I know artist technique, I know send mail technique, and my style is much better. Don't you know who I am? Me and my friends will kill you. Hey boss, your kung fu is really good. That's right, my style is the best.
At first, Shimomura thinks this must be a prank call, but 2 words stick out to him: artist and send mail. They're basic system tools used to move files around and send emails, but hackers also use both to exploit well-known vulnerabilities in Unix systems. Whoever left the message must know a lot about computer security. Maybe this has something to do with a very recent hack. Just a few days ago, someone broke into Shimomura's personal network. On his network, Shimomura kept a collection of security tools, along with sensitive information about little-known bugs and vulnerabilities. Some of these were found on widely used systems. For a hacker, this information could be extremely valuable.
Oh, it's like a day
What
zero.
the intruders probably didn't realize is that one of Shimomura's machines was automatically copying records. These files were sent to a secure place in the network. The moment the break-in started, an alert was triggered at the San Diego Supercomputer Center. Within 24 hours, university staff kicked the attackers out. After being hacked, Shimomura and a student sought out the weak spots in his network and started fixing them. A few days after the first voice message, Shimomura gets another one.
Most people using ChatGPT and Claude are leaving 80% of the value on the table. Here's how the top 1% of the users actually prompt. First, go into your Claude settings and add this custom instruction. Always critique your own answer after giving it. LLMs are notorious for telling you what you want to hear. This one change means you always get the full picture. Second, stop typing your prompts. Use WhisperFlow to dictate them instead. In 20 seconds of talking, you'll give more detail.
Your security technique will be defeated. Your technique is no good.
These guys are clearly baiting him. But why? He's been looking into records of the recent attack. Trying to reconstruct it, he realized just how much of his data was stolen. Tens of thousands of emails, personal files, and source code for programs he's written. His security systems were bypassed using a technique that until then has been mostly theoretical: IP spoofing. The attacker impersonated another computer's IP address. When data travels across the internet, it moves in small units called packets. Each carries an IP header with information on its source and destination. In an IP spoofing attack, the hacker modifies the source address in the header. This makes the packet look like it originated from a trusted source.
So they accept it.
Shimomura contacts the Computer Emergency Response Team, or CERT, about the attack. The group specializes in IT security. 2 weeks later, CERT issues an official warning about IP spoofing. The warning makes the front page of the New York Times. According to the article, many of the 20 million computers connected to the internet are at risk. Attackers could peek into systems and steal files. A few days later, the newspaper publishes a profile of Shimomura. He's considered one of the country's most skilled computer security experts. According to the article, he considers solving the crime a matter of honor. The press has created a cyber superhero, just as they created a cyber supervillain, and eventually, the two will go head to head.
Holy.
In February 1995, Shimomura gets another weird voice message.
Tostomo, my learned disciple, why you put my voice on the net? This is not good. Haven't I not taught you, grasshopper? You must learn from the master. I know all the techniques and styles. I know tiger claw style. I know crane technique. I know crazy monkey technique. And I also know artist and send mail. Can you put my voice on the net? I'm very disappointed, my son.
Shimomura wants to know who this strange caller is, so he puts his own hacking skills to use and starts working closely with the FBI. One day, a user on an online hacker forum receives a notification. His account's storage is full. That's strange. He's barely used it. When he checks his directory, it's packed with mysterious compressed files and batches of emails. Someone must have taken over his account. Most of the emails are addressed to the same person, Tsutomu Shimomura. A student of Shimomura's goes through the stolen files and discovers a file named 0108.gz. It contains the credit card numbers of over 20,000 Netcom customers. At the time, Netcom was a booming internet provider in the US.
That's insane.
Shimomura
What?
teams up with Netcom to track down the person responsible. They discovered that the hacker used a Netcom account for some of the attacks. By cross-referencing login times from the online forum with Netcom's connection logs, they find a match. One user stands out as the likely culprit. The trail leads to Raleigh, North Carolina. Now they know the attacker's location, but they still don't know who he is. Then a Netcom technician has an idea. The company has a tool that shows what a user types in real time. A keylogger. It was originally meant for troubleshooting, but Shimomura and the team can now use it to observe the hacker's moves. It looks like he's logging into a chat program. There, he starts chatting with another hacker. At first, they discuss security vulnerabilities, but then the topic shifts to Shimomura, who's watching them in real time. The hacker has no clue he's being monitored. He's fuming over a New York Times article and the fact that his photo ended up on the front page. For Shimomura, this is the final piece of the puzzle. The person who attacked his server must be Kevin Mitnick. February 15, 1995. Kevin's been on the run for over 2 years. He's applied to a number of jobs using a fake identity, but nothing came of it. He's at his computer, as always, when he notices that back doors he's been using have recently been patched. Something's off. Like many other times in his life, it's the FBI. They ask if he's Kevin Mitnick. He says he's not. They enter and start searching his apartment. They go through his closet. In the inner pocket of an old ski jacket, they find a piece of paper. It's a pay stub, made out to Kevin Mitnick.
Oh.
Shit. The next day, Mitnick is taken to court. The room is packed with journalists. Shimomura is present too. Superhero and supervillain face each other in real life for the first time. The hearing only lasts a few minutes, then Mitnick is led out of the courtroom. As he passes Shimomura, he nods and says, "I respect your skills." Shimomura nods back. Kevin Mitnick's arrest made headlines across the country for 3 days straight.
I mean,
once again,
that
he
superhero
landed
didn't
on
do
the front
much.
page of the New
I
York
can't read
Times.
it.
A most wanted cyber thief is caught in his own web. The LA Times wrote, "To some, Kevin Mitnick is an electronic terrorist." His trial takes place in North Carolina. But
These guys use governmental tool bullshit to break the, like, this is like, he's not some hacker. I mean, that doesn't count.
California wants to prosecute him too.
The brute
So he
force
makes a
thing too,
deal.
I mean.
He pleads guilty to a single charge. The other charges in North Carolina are dropped and he's transferred back to his home state. In September 1996, he's charged on 25 counts. He's accused of hacking companies like Motorola, Nokia, and Fujitsu during his 2 years on the run, stealing software worth millions. The total damage claims eventually reach almost $300 million.
Oh, please.
As the trial goes on, support for Mitnick grows. The hacker community rallies behind him. Some question his guilt. A Free Kevin movement emerges. Supporters believe he's being treated unfairly and that his case is being exaggerated. Author Jonathan Littman questions whether it was really Mitnick who broke into Shimomura's systems. He also doubts that Mitnick left the voicemails. On the day of Mitnick's arrest, Shimomura received 2 more mysterious messages.
Ooh.
Sutomo, my friend, I just want to reiterate, it is big joke. It is big, make fun of Kung Fu movie. So do not fly out to come and get me. I'm not worth it. Just make fun of Kung Fu movie. That is it.
Speed running.
Hackers attack websites like Yahoo and the New York Times, leaving messages demanding Kevin Mitnick's release. Others criticize a book about the takedown of Mitnick. They think the author, Jonathan Markoff, may have embellished the story. A film studio secures the rights to a movie adaptation. In March 1999, Mitnick accepts another deal with prosecutors. He pleads guilty to 7 of the 25 charges. Combined with his earlier conviction in North Carolina, he's sentenced to 5.5 years. By this time, he's already spent 4 years in pretrial detention.
Wow,
What was once
that's
claimed
fair.
to be nearly $300 million in damages is reduced to $4,125 in restitution. The Mitnick case becomes a symbol for America's hacker paranoia. Even after he's served his sentence, the restrictions on him are severe. For 3 years, he's banned from using any computers, no cell phones, not even a TV. The only electronic device he's allowed to use is a landline.
Playing on iPhone? Now you can play Unlocked on PC with Google Play Games. Unlock bigger screens and better controls, so you can ascend towards Asgard. Go play on PC with Google Play Games. Download now.
Leg pushes and squats at a lower weight. I rode bikes.
Play the game before you buy the game by joining GameFly. That's right, you can play the entire game before you buy it, or choose not to buy it. We're not here to pressure you. For PS5, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch 1 and 2, it's not a demo. Demos are weak sauce. Demos are for casuals. It's the whole game. Just sign up for GameFly. Yes, GameFly is still a thing. And yes, you should get GameFly again. GameFly, the legendary name in video game rentals. Literally the only company still delivering video games to your door. GameFly. Yes, the ones with those crazy commercials. That GameFly. Get GameFly so that you can play the whole game before you buy it. Can we swear? Members can use the simple Keep button to buy most games at a discount. Then they mail you the original case and your next rental. Every new AAA console game, GameFly has it. Sign up, tell us the games you want to rent, and then you get to play the whole game. All of it. The whole shebang. The big enchilada. The most of the most. The entire cake. Not just a slice. All the smoke. You're not just sitting on your phone watching some dude on YouTube play the game for you. Our members like to play, not watch. Save that for free-to-play gamers. You're the real deal. The gamer with sore thumbs, not wrists. You decide if you want to own the game after you rent it. Play more new games for less money. You don't like the game? Just send it back for another. Swap it, baby. Don't spend full price and then realize you hate the game, and now you're crying because you spent all your grocery money on that stupid game you hate and will never play again. Don't go hungry. Smart gamers don't cry. Make the better choice. Choose GameFly. Play the new horror game or try that new baseball game. Maybe you want to dip your toes into JRPGs? Who even knows if you like those games? Maybe you've never played that type. GameFly lets you find out if you do like them for a lot less. Instead of crying because you could have bought 5 Funko Pops instead of that stupid $70 game, at least those 5 Funkos can decorate your shelf. Games you don't play live in a drawer. Games you rent live on in your head and history. Bro, why are you even still reading this? You could have signed up for GameFly and probably saved millions of dollars. Maybe not millions, let's face it. If you're a millionaire, you can afford to buy games that you never play. We're not saying that. That would be disingenuous, and we're only here to speak the truth. The realness, spit facts. Anyways, you could be playing a whole game right now. GameFly, the coolest thing ever invented, assuming nothing else was invented. I mean, again, not gonna cap. The idea of video games are pretty cool. Sports cars are cool. Keanu Reeves is cool. But when it comes to video game rental services by mail, GameFly is pretty cool, so do it. Just sign up. You get a whole 30-day free trial. You do need to be over 18, so make sure you have a parent help you, or you yourself are old enough and savvy enough to want to save on video games. If you're old enough to vote and old enough to enlist, then you're old enough to save your own money on playing new video games for less. Why a 30-day free trial? We know it's a disc we're mailing you through the USPS that takes a couple days. We've not invented teleportation, but give us time. It's like starting a lawnmower. It will take a couple days to deliver the game, but once you're up and running, swapping games is a cinch. We use our patented fast return and our trusted member self-reported returns to remove 1/2 of the whole swap. You could play all the games you want instead of pouting because you had to decide between a video game or Pokemon cards. You can have it all. Why are you still here? You're thinking to yourself, I don't need another subscription, and we understand that. It's why our service is month to month. You can cancel anytime. If there's nothing out that you want to rent, just cancel and come back in 6 months when the new Mario game drops. Life is hard. Get GameFly and make it easy on yourself and your wallet. Get GameFly so that you can rent the games you want. Don't keep the games you hate. Get GameFly so you can play the whole game. Just do the thing.
Do you think they got the point? They can play the whole game for a lot less money. I didn't say how big the selection is, but it's thousands of games. Oh, hey, is this still going? How do we stop this? Seriously, stop scrolling. I said everything. Let's see. Get GameFly, play the whole game, 30-day trial, keep the games you love. We're good. Seriously, Matt, turn it off. Matt is my sound engineer. Is he still in the studio? Hey, this booth is locked. Guys, stop joking. I have stuff to do. I just got a GameFly envelope in the mail. I have games to play. Seriously, not funny. Open the door. What? Counterclockwise? Oh, yeah, that totally worked. My bad.
Get GameFly and don't get locked into full price.
He isn't allowed to take any job that involves access to computers, and even back then, they were everywhere. Just before his release, Kevin Mitnick appeared on 60 Minutes. For the first time, he spoke directly to the American public.
I saw myself as an electronic joyrider having a great time on the information superhighway. I felt like I was like James Bond behind the computer. It was a big game to me. I was just having a blast.
Did it ever occur to you that perhaps what you were doing was wrong?
Oh yeah. Yeah, it was an invasion of privacy. Going and getting access to other people's information is obviously a gross invasion of privacy, and it is wrong.
And that didn't bother you?
At the time I was doing it, no.
A con artist trying to make big money is easy to label. You can put him in a box. But for people like Mitnick, there was no box. Maybe that's what fueled the myth of him as the dark side hacker and cyber thief. On January 21, 2000, Kevin Mitnick walks out of prison. Technically, he isn't allowed to use computers for 3 years after his release, but his probation officer starts making exceptions. Mitnick reinvents himself as a cybersecurity expert. Companies pay him to find their security flaws. He appears publicly as a specialist and writes several books. In his biography, he recalls that a single word changed hacking forever: authorization. It magically transformed him from the most wanted hacker into one of the most sought-after security experts around. On July 16, 2023, Mitnick died of pancreatic cancer at the age of 59. Obituaries honor him as a pioneer and legendary hacker. Thanks again to boot.dev for sponsoring this video. Check out the link in the description and use code FERN for 25% off.
Chad, this is like some very early hacking stuff, you know what I mean? Like, you don't really see the extension of... Because often enough these days, you only hear about the extension of what people use those things for, you know, like what they get out of it and whatever. Like, this is very just kind of like the root of it, you know? So that's kind of interesting to see what people do with this shit. Like, what do they get out of it? Yo, this is X on the beat, yo. Okay. You heard my voice as well. That is. Anyone knows that boy? I don't know, he's just so soy. Anyone knows that boy? I don't know, he's just so soy. Anyone knows that boy? I don't know, he's just so soy.
Now we gotta go help people customize and save hundreds with Liberty Mutual. Lima, where's the golf cart? There it is. Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, liberty, liberty. They told me my kidneys made a full recovery. They...
Stop that.
The internet's deadliest video. The what?
It appeared totally innocent. In a small room somewhere in the Kohistan region of Pakistan, 4 women sat on the floor, each clapping their hands and singing a traditional Kohistani song. With them were 2 men, one seen dancing beside them, and another seen recording the moment on a grainy video taken on his old cell phone. The footage captured the impromptu after-party of a wedding that the women and men had separately attended earlier that day, an event that transpired sometime in May 2010. Shortly after this recording ended, the group dispersed, and each person returned to their respective homes, where the celebration eventually became a distant memory, their lives continuing on as if it had never even happened.
Oh, okay.
At least for a time. Approximately 2 years later, the whereabouts and safety of every individual shown in this video would be called into question, following a disturbing admission from a Kohistani local. An admission that began a multi-long-year search for answers to a conspiracy that traced back to the very moment this recording began. A moment that may have ultimately sealed the fate of 9 individuals in what has since become known as the 2012 Kohistan video incident.
Incident. Chat. Anything with the word incident in it is ominous off the rip.
I'd be willing to bet that many of you have a massive to-do list that only seems to be...
Go visit in the chat. Like that. I bought 30 of them. Oh, 35, sorry about that.
On June 4th, 2012, a press conference was held in the city of Abbottabad, Pakistan. The speaker, a man named Afzal Kohistani, made the long trek from his home in Kohistan, high in the mountains, to spread the word of a horrific incident that had occurred in the previous days. And he didn't just have a story to tell, but he also had a video to share.
Oh. Okay. I can't see. Oh, the video was watched.
With him was that grainy cell phone recording taken 2 years earlier, showing the group of 4 women and 2 men dancing after a local wedding ceremony. And while the footage itself was far from alarming, it was the context that Afzal gave it that would eventually capture the world's attention, as according to the man, each of the women shown within this video had suffered a terrible fate, and it was all due to the existence of the footage itself. For years, the video had been lost on one of the men's phones, buried in a sea of other media, and destined to be seen only by his eyes.
Okay.
But fate had different plans, as for unknown reasons, in May of 2012, that footage leaked online.
Okay.
There it went unnoticed by most of the world, as in all honesty, the video itself just isn't that interesting.
Yeah.
But in Kohistan, where it was filmed, it went completely viral.
What?
It was shared from villager to villager until practically the entire region had seen it. With it
somebody had to link. Somebody probably propagated the link. There's no way somebody found it, and then I don't believe that. I mean, you're talking about a astronomical,
becoming a point of discussion
small,
for most. As for locals of that area, this video was far from normal. In fact, for many, it actually depicted evidence of a crime. Kohistan is a region bound by its traditions. For centuries, they've tried to preserve their culture and way of life. So much so that any breaches of said traditions are taken so seriously that they're viewed as legal matters. And in this footage, the women can be seen breaking several.
I'll go geotag it.
For starters, women in Kohistan are not allowed to congregate with men from outside of their families. Doing so is blatantly illegal, and in this video, the women and men have no relation.
Chat, what is
on top of that, they're also from different villages, which is another infraction. But perhaps the biggest crime committed in this clip was that the women were clapping and singing in the presence of these men, despite the area having strict rules against dancing with members of the opposite sex. As a result, when this footage was passed around, it was actually viewed as evidence of crimes committed against Kohistani tradition, and it was taken very seriously.
Okay.
Now, despite being part of Pakistan and falling under its laws, Kohistan is unique in the sense that geographically it's next to impossible to effectively govern. It's nestled in the intersection of 3 major mountain ranges, making accessing it very difficult, and enforcing the country's laws next to impossible, as the area practically lives in its own isolation. Instead, the region is composed of largely self-governing villages, who have their own sets of rules that they play by, and when a crime is alleged, they'll hold something called a jirga, which is essentially a tribal council comprised of village elders, who determine if the party or parties are guilty, and what their punishment should be. And oftentimes, these punishments will be most harsh when the crimes committed go against their tradition. And this video allegedly did just that. And so, soon after its release, a jirga was held, and discussions about what should be done to these women began. The story that Afzal was sharing so far was one that wouldn't have been shocking to many, as this had just become protocol for villages like Kohistan. But what was shocking was the punishment that these women allegedly received.
Watch the FIFA World Cup 2026 live on Fox 1, June 11th through July 19th. Available with YouTube. Terms apply. Cancel anytime.
Chat.
According to Afzal,
I don't want to say it seemed weird. I feel like somebody might have seen the footage, or somebody might have seen the footage, and they uploaded it, or they propagated it. I just don't see a world where such a small part of town, I don't know how many people have internet over there, whatever, right, are like passing this video because they just saw it. It doesn't seem...
Once the footage was made public, all 4 of the women shown within the video, along with one other girl who wasn't pictured but had allegedly helped coordinate this gathering, had been rounded up and thrown inside a small room about the size of a...
Things spread fast and I understand it, but the initial hit, the initial one person saw the video, chat, I could go on the internet for fucking 1,000 hours, back to back, and I might not even see a video from somebody that's nearby here.
Closet that served as a makeshift prison, and inside, each day was misery. Every morning, the door would be opened and each woman would be doused with boiling water, causing their skin to bubble and blister.
Oh!
At night, the door would open again, and this time, the women would be covered in burning hot embers and coal from the day's fire. They were tortured in unimaginable ways, until finally on May 30th, 2012, when at 2 in the morning, the Jirga gave the final verdict that all of the women should be executed. The door opened one final time that morning at 2 a.m., and one by one, the women were woken up, restrained, and their throats were cut. This was an appalling claim by Afzal. If true, what they did to these women was not only outrageously extreme considering the crime, but also very illegal, as Jirgas didn't have the right to sentence someone to death. And because of this, those watching the press conference were left horrified.
One more pause. Last pause. I'm getting that the governments around don't like to deal with this or get unless something big happens like that, right? And then they would interject if something like
Honor
that
killings
happens.
aren't necessarily a new thing in Pakistan, especially in remote villages. But this level of sadism was unimaginable, and all for a blatantly harmless gathering. And yet Afzal claimed that not only had no one in Kohistan opposed the Jirga's shocking decision, but even the family members of these women supported it. And they supported it so much so that they were the ones who carried out the torture and the eventual killings. Their fathers, uncles, brothers all partook in scalding them with water, burning them with embers, and cutting their throats. And no one tried to stop it. Except for Afzal. He had caught wind of the girls' torture while it was happening, and actively tried to intervene by alerting Kohistani journalists, though when this failed, then they
I get it. It's like something where it brings shame to the family, and if the members don't do it, then they live with shame and they get shamed or something like that.
The executions. He left the region to alert the government of Pakistan and the rest of the world to the atrocity that had happened in Kohistan. But for Afzal, this wasn't just about avenging the deaths of these girls, as he had another very important reason for speaking out, as shown in this footage, were Afzal's two brothers, whose involvement, he claimed, had also led to them receiving death sentences, with both brothers going into hiding in order to avoid being killed. This press conference was essentially Afzal's way of trying to save his brothers, as he knew that they could be found and killed at any moment, spurring Afzal to act, even at the risk of his own safety. As locals had caught wind of his previous attempts to speak with journalists, and in response, that same Jirga that had sentenced these women to death had sent an angry mob of 40 to 50 men to Afzal's home in order to silence him, likely not wanting news of their illegal sentencing to leave the region. And after giving this speech, Afzal knew that that group was only going to become more angry. Based on Afzal's testimony, the existence of this video had caused the torture and deaths of 5 women, dead at the hands of a radical Jirga and the victim's own family, who were now coming after Afzal and his 2 brothers. As if this footage had just been kept on that man's phone, no one would have even known that this meeting had ever took place, and therefore none of this would be happening. It's an almost fantastical story, which begs the question, was any of it actually true?
We balling. We call it. I don't know, man. I know that I'm fucking balling. You know that I fucking got it.
Extra value meals or McValue meals. Only
Everyone should hate this. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There we go. Let's watch it. This is bad, yep.
I wasn't around to witness the extinction of the dinosaurs, nor was I there to see the death of the final saber-toothed tiger. But
They
boy,
need to bring those back. Like with gene editing or something. They gotta bring back saber-toothed tigers.
howdy, I am lucky enough to be here to witness the extinction of physical games.
That's right.
I swear, Sony treats physical media the same way the Men in Black treated people that witnessed alien activity. Get the neuralizer out. Look here. No such thing as discs, there's only digital. They have now just driven the final stake in the vampire's heart, the evil menace known as...
Well, here's the worst part about this, and I don't know if Charlie talks about this in the video, is that Xbox, it seems like, have confirmed that there's going to be no disk drive inside of the Xbox, the next Xbox. So the reason why you didn't have this problem happen last generation is because Sony shifted it with making PlayStation 4 more consumer friendly. But now that Xbox and PlayStation are seemingly aligned in this ideology, now we're going to have a totally different situation.
Physical media. They have announced that they are ending physical production in January 2028 for new games releasing on PlayStation consoles. For those that don't know, this means there will never be a physical disc for a PlayStation game, even if it's not a first-party title, because in order to even have a physical game on Sony's platform, it has to go through Sony. Thus, there will no longer be that green light, that thumbs up that lets you make a disc for their platform. It is only digital going forward. There is
and you can see also another reason for this is like now they don't have to design the console with the disk drive. Now they have more space in the console. It's going to mean that you don't have to spend resources on that, which is going to lower the price of the console. I'm just kidding. It's still going to be $1,000. But like theoretically, that's the way that they would sell something like this.
Only Zool. It's unhinged insanity because this comes only days after Sony just pulled over 500 movies from customers' accounts that they paid for while offering no refunds for it. So
this should be illegal, by the way. You shouldn't be allowed to do this. If you pay money for something, I really don't like the concept where you buy a license for something and then it can just be removed arbitrarily. I think that if a company wants you to buy a license and not have actual ownership, then you need to have better consumer protections to where people that don't have that ownership still have other things that they can get instead of that. This is literally why we hate this. Yeah, and that's the problem, right? And this shit on pirating? Yeah, definitely, it's dumb. So, like, what you really need to have, like, here's a great example. Why is it that Apple doesn't have the lightning cable anymore? It's because of the EU. The EU just told them no. They said, no, you can't do this. So if you really want to see this change, or you want to see any sort of, like, like a change in this, you need to be expecting the government to be doing it. Because if the government isn't doing it, nobody's doing it.
So customers had 500 movie titles that have now just fizzled into the ether, into the fucking back rooms, and Sony says, suck our dick. You don't even get your money back. So you paid for...
You should get your money back.
Limited access to these films. You rented them fundamentally, even though you were under the impression that you were buying them and owning them. But because of this digital landscape, you don't own anything.
Exactly.
You are paying for a ticket that gives you access for a set amount of time, depending on the companies or depending on the licensing. The movies are getting pulled because of a licensing issue with Studio Canal, but it's so...
And literally, like, I want you guys to understand this.
Whoa. What's that? I just built a budgeting app in Base 44. Guys, we just built an app.
Impossible. No kid. Code. Interesting. Can it generate reports?
It can now.
So you're saying we can all build apps now?
Yeah.
Come on, lunch. I gotta make a call. I'll be in my office. Just built an inventory tracker.
Protein calculator.
Book share an app.
A workflow manager. That's
Tracks who still owes for the group lunch.
Crash duty schedule.
Since no one seems to care.
You guys built a performance
I just created a goal tracking system.
We built the same thing, didn't we?
Yep.
Can this thing manage content?
Is the tracking compliant?
I want to animate this graph. Create a party planner.
Profesor de Español.
An inter-office dating app.
For dogs. For office dogs. You know what I mean?
I dare you to let me build you a completely free e-commerce store preloaded with 20 hand-picked products that are trending all over the world, basically validated by AI from a trending product database from one of the top vendors in the world. And the reason that we can do this completely free for you is because Shopify is paying me to do it. You've probably seen me before because for the last year, Shopify has loved the AI-paired software that we built so much. They've been paying me to build people just like you, complete beginners, a completely free store. Now, again, it's free for you, right? Shopify is paying me a commission to do it. And if you don't keep your store for more than 90 days, I don't even get paid. But your store is still free, right? And after 90 days, it's still your store. I don't own a percentage of the store. I don't control the store. It's yours. You can delete products from it, add new products to it, all that good stuff. It's your store, okay? Not only that, I'm going to give you my courses completely free. I'm not going to try to upsell you a bunch of courses. I know you've seen gurus trying to sell courses for $1,000, $2,000, so on and so forth. I can afford to give you my courses for free because, again, Shopify pays me when you use this software and open up a Shopify store. So you get a free store, right? I get a commission from Shopify, and Shopify gets a new merchant to their platform that's being trained by me. It's a win-win-win situation. All you have to do is click here right now. I dare you to do it. I dare you to see if it's free. You're going to go to the next page. You're going to create a free account. You're going to get a free account to our AI software that's going to build you a store in the next 20 minutes is ready to start taking orders. The sales pages are going to be done. The product descriptions are going to be done. The products are going to be uploaded to the store for you, ready to go, ready to start taking orders. The custom theme is going to be uploaded with banners for you.
If the government just said that you can't pull a user's license for something just because your license expires, they have to still be able to access it. Every single movie company and every single production company would say, okay, you want us to jump how high? All you have to do is literally just tell them what to do. Like, it's not like this is an impossibility. They just figure it out. Yeah, they will figure it out. It's not like, oh my God, well, if we don't have this, this means movies, like, they can't make movies anymore. What do you mean? You still have DVDs probably in your own house.
Platform, and now all the customers that wasted their clams on it have nothing to show for it.
Exactly.
It's just a void. It's blank now. You will own nothing and be happy, and Sony shamelessly makes this announcement in light of that, while also announcing that they're shutting down the PSN store for PlayStation 3 and PS Vita, meaning hundreds, if not thousands, of digital games that existed on those platforms are now gone forever and not preserved because there wasn't physical copies of them. They were just digital titles there. So they are genuinely right in your face, hitting fucking Fortnite emotes on that ass, laughing and goatsing in front of you, showing like, yeah, you will own nothing and be happy. Look, we just took down this store, revoking your access to these games that you paid for. They're gone, Buster, and there's nothing you can do about it, Slime. Not even the Dragon Balls could wish these back into existence. Shenron is powerless against PlayStation. But let's not get too...
Well, you know what Super Shenron is? Super Shenron is the EU. Super Shenron is the United States government. We could literally just make it against the law for them to do this stuff. I want you to understand this. We can literally just say, like, this is against the rules. You can't do this anymore. So understand that. We control the government. And if there's enough people that are like us that speak up and that are outspoken about this, we can literally just change the way the rules are. The government won't take this seriously? Okay, then get more people. If you get enough people, here's something to keep in mind. And this is a lesson learned in all of the best and all of the worst things in history. If you can get enough people together, you can do anything that you want.
Rambunctious off rip. Maybe they've got a really good reason for it. In response to shifting trends in consumer preference, new games will be released on PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital formats only. Oh, shifting trends. You mean like how when GTA just announced with no physical edition, people were rightfully fuming, pointing out how awful that is in light of everything that's happened in this industry, where you can just have your access to the things you purchased revoked at any point in time. So if you don't have something physical, you literally own nothing. You own...
In my opinion, I think the solution to this is not mandating physical media. It is instead mandating better consumer protections from the government. I can't see a world where you can force people into making physical media, but I can see a world where you can have better consumer protections and better licensing understanding that's communicated to the user and also that gives the user more privileges. Because here's the problem, right? Is that when you buy something from Home Depot, you own the thing that you have from Home Depot. You can do whatever you want with it. Licensing is a problem because they have too many of the controls and effectively basically they have too many cards on their side of the table whenever they're licensing, and the consumer needs more cards. And the only person and the only group that can give the consumer more cards is the government.
The idea of something, it's imagination. SpongeBob and Patrick in the Box imagining that they own their games right now when it's digital only. So if anything, the shifting trend in consumer preference is swinging back the other way to preferring physical media because of how bad this whole...
I don't think that's true. I only think that's true inside of things like, for example, the record industry with vinyls versus CDs. But I don't think it's true in terms of, selling physical media. And also, I mean, you can just look at data on this. It seems like people buy PlayStation games more often as physical media than they buy other forms of media like Xbox games or PC games. But, I mean, very clearly there's a reason why Sony is doing this. And the reason why Sony is doing this is the same reason why every GameStop is full of Funko Pops. It's full of Funko Pops because nobody buys video games at the store anymore. They all digital download them. And I would challenge even Charlie. I want to see the last 10 video games that you played, and I want to see how many of them you have a physical copy for. I bet it's going to be less than 5. I do. Because at the very end of the day, the reason why these companies are getting rid of physical copies is because nobody is using them. That's the reason.
I buy physical copies for my consoles.
Digital only shit has been.
And the solution is not making physical copies, it's having better consumer protections. Maybe a hot take, that's what I think.
As consumer preferences and the broader entertainment industry continue to shift away from physical disc to digital, physical game disc production for all new games releasing on PlayStation consoles will be discontinued in January of 2028. Also, again, a load of barnacles, this is horseradish. People are wanting more physical now. Like, for me personally, I've been a big advocate of physical media for at least like the last year and a half, if not 2 years, because of this trend that we've been seeing of just losing access to what you've spent money.
I don't agree. I agree with Charlie's sentiment, but I don't agree with his application. And I can give a counterexample with something like Crimson Desert. So Crimson Desert, some people got the game early, but the game wouldn't play because it was hard locked inside of the console to not allow the game to be played until a certain date that was locked into the console as well. So I think that even if you go and you use only physical media, what's to say that the console couldn't just prevent you from running that physical media with its software? So like that's what I'm saying is like the problem fundamentally is a lack of consumer protections and a lack of consumer rights. That's something that can manifest in not having physical copies, but it can also manifest even in having physical copies and having your access to using that physical copy revoked by their first party software. That's it. You need to install off disk anyways. Well, I'm just saying in general, that's the issue with DRM. A lot of things, yeah.
You're buying nothing. You are not buying anything.
You're buying a license,
and they're just dangling their dicks right in front of our faces. Ubisoft unapologetically said consumers need to get more comfortable not owning their games. Like, how can you possibly be supportive of this? And people...
To be fair, I think I think that quote was taken out of context, but, again, like, okay. It's like it. Yeah, okay.
Aren't. Like I said, I think the preference is shifting away from digital in light of wanting more physical. Following this date, new games will be available on PlayStation Store and at retailers in digital formats only. This transition has no impact on games that already released or will be releasing prior to January 2028 in disc format. Also something
a lot of people are criticizing me saying that. So he was interviewed and he was talking about the differences between the way that people consume video media and, like, for example, TV shows and movies, and how people have moved towards becoming more comfortable not necessarily owning movies or TV shows anymore because they're watching it through streaming. And so he was comparing that to video games, and he's saying that the reason why that hasn't happened with video games is because people aren't more comfortable with that, and people need to become more comfortable, and the reason why they're not is because they don't trust companies. That was the context of the conversation, and I think that I still disagree with it, right? You should be able to, like, if you buy, this is my opinion, right? If you buy a video game, you should have access to playing that video game, period. They should never be able to take that away from you. They should be able to never be able to deny you service. They should never be able to just like tell you, oh no, you can't do this anymore. It should be your game that you own, that you get to make decisions for, and that's it. Besides redistributing and then reselling the game, or doing so, or not just reselling, but like copying and reselling the game, I think it should be fine. And you could literally make that a law. By the way, you could just make that a law.
Noting, this doesn't, like, they're saving a lot of money on not making physical games anymore, but it's not going to reflect in the pricing. The games are still going to be $70, $80 games.
$90.
So, like, you're still getting slapped around with the pricing. It's not like this is going to bring down the cost of a now spiraling out of control industry.
I think this is another good point that he's bringing up, is that if PlayStation was able to announce this and say that because of this we're going to be lowering the price of our premium titles by $5 or $10, I think that immediately people would be very accepting and probably begrudgingly accept it, and most people would be happy even. But the problem is that we all know that they're going to cut their costs, and the consumer isn't going to see a single cent of that. There's never going to be a point where, like, the consumer actually pays a lower price, or there's more value added to the consumer's experience because of this lower option possibility.
This is a natural direction for Sony Interactive Entertainment to adapt to consumer trends as the general preference for digital media significantly outpaces physical discs. This transition will enable us to align more closely with how most of our community prefers to access and play games today. We'll continue to prioritize our resources to drive innovation on how players can access games and provide choices as to where players prefer to purchase new games. Whether that's at retailers or the PlayStation Store, we remain committed to delivering a world-class gaming experience to our fans, and we thank you for your continued support. Hey pal, you just blew into Stupid Town. If you are a digital-only platform, why the fuck would anyone choose you over Steam? Like, genuinely. You have a worse store. You shut down your stores too. You literally just shut down the PS3 store and PS Vita one, so people wouldn't even feel comfortable buying from your store, considering at any point in time they'd have to be like living in fear that you're gonna swoop in like the boogeyman and take away the things they bought. You have a much weaker store in terms of titles than Steam, so why would they choose you? Like, yes, it is more expensive to build a PC that can handle, like, you know, more high-end.
The reason why people choose Sony is because Sony has exclusives that Steam doesn't have. That's the reason why they keep using exclusives as a way to do it. They're basically using exclusives as a way to keep themselves in the market, because in a free market where every single video game could be played on any console, not a single fucking person would be buying a PS4, a PS5, or an Xbox. That's why Xbox sales have gone down. It's because people are just buying PCs instead. Why would somebody do that? And actually, when I say nobody, that's actually not true, because a PC has a higher price point, and so some people couldn't afford it. But I think that astronomically, you would see way less people buying PlayStations because they could just use them on PC instead.
But there are solid entry-level PCs out there, and yes, while PS5 is cheaper than that right now, I imagine the PS5 prices are going to go up as well, reflective of Xbox price increase. I think that's the writing's on the wall. There's going to be a price increase pretty soon. So eventually the gap's not going to be that big in terms of like price discrepancy between PS5 and PC.
And my opinion is that what you should do is that you should invest in developing and building a PC yourself that is $1,500. And your $1,500 PC will probably last you longer than your $900 PlayStation. It will also double as a work machine. You can do other things on the PC as well, and I think you can improve it and upgrade it at a lower cost than whenever you would have to improve and upgrade inevitably to the PS6. So, but like, I mean, that's easy for me to say, just get $1,500. Many people don't have the option to do that, and that's why they're buying PlayStations.
again, PC has a much more robust catalog of games to choose from in the digital-only format with Steam.
Everyone wants PC.
So why the fuck would anyone ever even consider shopping exclusively on the Sony PlayStation Store after you keep going scorched earth on physical media and taking away people's products that they bought, thinking that they owned them?
Well, that's the main thing, is that, like, if you weren't removing things that people already owned and taking them away, I don't think people would be as worried about that, because you don't really own the games that you have on Steam either, but people love Steam. So the problem is that you have a precedent where you remove content and people don't have any recourse for it. You're not getting your money back. You're just fucked.
The way they're treating this shit, I wouldn't be surprised if they start going door to door, treating people that own physical PlayStation discs like terrorists. Like, excuse me, we're gonna need to sweep the premises here. We need to check your house. Do you have physical discs here? We got.
Are you hiding? Are you hiding physical discs of PlayStation 5? Do you have copies of Demon Souls under the floorboards?
A tip. And they just start like taking it physically out of your hands to make you shop at the store. A store which, by the way, is more expensive shopping digital only on older titles. So if you bought the physical copies for some of the games here, like this tweet illustrates, you saved money getting the physical edition on like God of War, Ragnarok, Gran Turismo, those kind of things. But
this is a great insight. I've never thought about this before, but he's right about this, that they maintain the higher prices for these games via digital copies versus whenever you were able to buy them at Blockbuster, and, you know, like the older games would just go down to $15 and you could buy them anyway. No, Dustin's very right about this.
Now that that's off the table going forward, these games presumably are never going to get cheaper on the PlayStation Store because they're still charging full price for these older games on their store. So they're looking to even make more money off of going digital only when getting physical down the line has been cheaper. Now they fully got it by the titties here. They fully control it directly. So they never have to bring the price down because there's only digital options to choose from now. You can't get a physical edition now for these upcoming games. Thus, the price doesn't ever have to go down if Sony doesn't want it to, and it looks like they really don't want it to. Still paying full
What's going up? Like, I mean, this is it. And the problem is that here's the worst thing about it, is that right now we are living in an age where instead of the consoles competing with each other in order to deliver the best experience to the user, it's the consoles that are waiting for each other to break the ice for the worst living experience for the consumer so they can continue to meet that same lower barrier. So, for example, as soon as the Steam machine comes out and it's announced to be $1,100, then you see the price hike for the PlayStation. After you see the price hike for the PlayStation, then you see the price hike for the Xbox. And I think that really sucks. So as I'm starting to see why people still buy physical. Well, the reason why Sony did this too, I think this is the real reason. I mean, it's because not a lot of people buy physical copies, and manufacturing, distributing, and selling them isn't worth it. That's the reason why they're doing it. Like, there's not, like, yes, there are secondary, second-order beneficial effects that they have, but the very base reason is because nobody's buying them anymore.
For some of these older titles to this day. Now let's take a peek at the bright future of digital only with Sony's immaculate track record of having stores that they shut down and take away the shit that you spend your money on. This is their announcement about shutting down the PS3 and Vita store. After nearly 2 decades of supporting the PS3 console generation, we wanted to let you know we'll be closing the PlayStation Store on PS3 as well as Vita. PlayStation Store on PS3 will close in select markets starting this year, followed by global pressures for PS3 and Vita next year. That means new content purchases will no longer be possible once the PlayStation Store closes on these devices. To ease the transition, players will still be able to download previously purchased content after the closing date for this foreseeable future. As the PlayStation Store continues to evolve to support modern commerce systems, including updated payment processing standards, PS3 and Vita are no longer able to support these updates at the level required. As a result, we will need to close PlayStation Store on these devices in the time frames as followed.
Yes,
they then list out the time frame where eventually life support will be pulled on July 2027. That's doomsday. We know this news may be disappointing to PS3
makes me
and Vita
feel
players.
Old. It makes you think about how crazy that is, right? that, like, you know, we all grew up like going to the store, and, you know, you go to Walmart or Target or somewhere, and you go to GameStop and, like, you know, EB Games or Game Crazy, and you get like your fucking video game, and like that's it, and you spend like $50 on this new video game, and like now everything's like way more expensive. It's all digital. I mean, the hobby has really changed in a big way. I think it's changed in a tremendous way.
A special place in their hearts for this generation of gaming. They represent an important era in PlayStation history. It wasn't an easy decision. As they continue to expand the PlayStation experience on newer devices, most of our users are playing on today. We need to focus more resources on delivering the best gaming experience on these platforms as we look towards the future. To our amazing players, we want to give our heartfelt thanks for your ongoing passion and support, which they love to keep wiping their ass with, by the way. Thanks for all the passion and support, Sony fans. We're going to keep taking away your games, by the way, and no physical media, by the way. Thank you again. Big thumbs up. Come give us a fist bump, which has helped inspire us to shape PlayStation into what it is today. What? A pile of dog shit? Like, it's insulting. We're excited for the future ahead as we continue to push the boundaries of play. Yeah. We look forward to having you on this journey with us as we explore new game worlds and new adventures that have yet to come. What a heartfelt message to the community and to gamers worldwide. Wow. Hey, you should shop with us digitally. And yes, we might just shut it all down at some point, so everything you spent hundreds, if not thousands of dollars on will vanish, and you have no recourse. That's just something you're going to have to live with.
This is, and also, by the way, they have to do this. Like, I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news here, but you can't realistically expect PlayStation to infinitely manage the PlayStation 3 store for the rest of time. Like, that's not sustainable. Eventually, they're going to have to do something in order to not have to invest money into something they're not making any money off of. So these are problems, again, these are problems that need to be resolved legally and with legislation and rulings. Because fundamentally, this is like all that, that's like a fine print thing, and it's like, okay, it kind of makes sense, it kind of doesn't make sense, why not? Because I don't think you should be like, why would a company do something when like nobody's using something, right? Like, you're going to get to a point where there's like less than like 1,000 people using a PlayStation 3 store, and how much money does it take to update that store and have it continue to be functional? And is it worth investing that as a company? Probably not. That's just the way every piece of software works. It is like Microsoft. That's the way Microsoft works. Every piece of software in the entire world works that way. Like, that's just how it is. But the problem really is that you don't have any recourse to do something whenever you buy, like, let's say a game, and then they take it away from you. That's the big problem that I have an issue with. Like, whenever you had something and then they revoke the license because of some arbitrary reason, that needs to change.
How may I help you?
Why aren't you getting your wallet out? Why are you guys not shopping on PlayStation Store right now? This is exciting. This is coming from a place of passion. We're pushing boundaries here for a generational experience for our community. We're doing everything. We're bending over backwards.
Somebody says don't start where you can't finish. Okay. All right. Name one piece of 80s software that's still operational that you still receive support for today by the company that originally made it. That requires, you know, regular updates, that's constantly updated. Or 90s. You can do 90s too. 90s is fine. Give me a minute. I can only think of Steam. Steam wasn't in the 90s #1. And also Steam, you don't own any of those games either. You can't download any of those games locally to begin with. Like, or sorry, they can revoke the license for a Steam game too. Like, if your Steam account gets banned, can you still play your Steam games? No. This is just the way it is.
You bitches. You're so selfish. What? You want to own your games? Are you crazy? You want to own your games? No. You think you want to own your games, but you don't want to own anything. You want us to control it. You want us to take it away at some point. You want it digitally. Please. Come on. Get in here. It's stupid, man. It's so stupid. They're so out of touch, it's painful. Naturally, everyone's pointing to this with the PS4 where they showcased, here's how you share your games on PS4, and then they hand each other the physical copy and say,
This is what made PS4 so dominant too.
Thanks. This was a massive dunk at the time, pushing back against a lot of shit we were seeing the industry starting to do at that point already with how they were handling like sharing games and such. And this was Sony lat spreading here and making disc-based games a large part of the PS4's identity, which became a big selling point at the time that really propelled it above the competitors. And
it was, and I think that's what made, like, that changed me from being an Xbox fan to being a PlayStation fan, personally.
It made it clear with PS4 that physical was something they valued greatly, and, like, the importance of being able to share.
Well, here's what happened. Like, I mean, this is just the truth. People stopped buying physical copies. They stopped buying physical copies, they stopped using physical copies, and now it doesn't make sense to make them anymore. Like, I don't understand, like, I mean, I get that people are upset about this, and I think that we need better consumer laws, but I don't know why this is so incomprehensible for people to imagine that a lot of people just aren't buying physical copies anymore. That's just the way it is.
Game back and forth, physically passing it to one another.
I don't know what to say.
This was a huge successful campaign that they ran about that. So of course, part of PlayStation's identity, not even that long ago, was these physical discs.
It was.
Being able to share the physical discs like that. Look at us now. Look at how quickly shit's changed. And changed for the worse. Significantly worse.
I think COVID is what really kind of made it happen, is because COVID totally normalized digital distribution and digital consumption. And now you have people that are like, you know how many 24-hour Walmarts we used to have? Now we hardly have any. So COVID really changed the way that people consume things. Like whether it is consuming media, consuming food, like, shopping. You have Instacart. It's like such a huge thing now. Everything now is different. And I think that COVID shifted us away from that.
There are no
changing consumer
to
habits.
This change. There's no one that should be excited about this, because why would you as a consumer even want to have the chance that what you bought disappears?
There is no benefit to this to the consumer. This is absolutely true. I can understand why Sony is making this business decision, and I think that it probably is the correct business decision, but at the same time, there is no benefit to the consumer.
You spent your money on it. You should own it. But you don't. And they're not even being honest with you about what you're doing. You're not even buying to own, you are renting from them. They're not even calling it what it is, which is renting. You are getting admission to this product, a license to this product for...
And this is something that we allow them to do because the government is written in a way that allows this to happen. We could literally just, like, let's take a step back here, okay? What is ownership? I say I own this. Do you want to know why I own this? It's because if somebody comes into my house and they try to steal it from me, the government says you can't do that. And, to a functional extent, it's because maybe if somebody comes in and tries to steal it, like, you can stop them from doing that, right? Ownership is not real. Ownership and private property are complete abstractions. They're a societal abstraction. So to the extent that they say you can't own this or you don't own this, you have to always remind yourself that the concept of ownership in itself isn't even a real thing. So if you're applying and you're saying that according to our fake made up rules, we get to do whatever we want, I think it's time to change the fake made up rules. Does that make sense? So who owns it then? Ownership is defined by either a larger power or the person who is able to exercise power to control something. That's their TOS at this point. The TOS doesn't overrule the law. Like, you can't sign your TOS and it says, now I'm a slave to Sony, and you have to report in so you can go and make video games. TOS does not overrule the law. That's not how it works. Following that logic, you own your games on Steam as well? No, you don't own your games on Steam. You own a license to play those games.
However long they deem necessary, or however long their deals with the licensor,
the way
like in
it
the
is.
case of the movies, lasts. But you as a consumer could very well end up with nothing, like they just take it away from you.
Yeah.
That shouldn't be something you're okay with. Like, it shouldn't. If you are okay with it, you're wrong.
And you have to stop it with the government, because these companies are going to do it. They will do this because it's in their best interest. Everybody will always act in their own best interest. And consumers have to do the same thing by advocating for policies that put them first.
For being okay with it. I'm just going to tell you right to your face. That is dumb. You should own what you are spending your money on here in this industry. And they're not even...
You should have unlimited autonomy around consuming a piece of media that you spent money on. If you spend money on a piece of media, you should have every right and every privilege to use it for as long as you want, and they should not be able to take it away from you.
Advertising it as anything other than you owning it. They're trying to mislead you with what's actually happening in this digital-only process. And it's just out of control. It is truly out of control. I can't... Like, I had a hunch that Sony was going to go this direction, especially after the GTA 6 announcement. I had a feeling, I think most people kind of had a feeling in their gut.
We all knew this was going to happen because of changing consumer habits, unironically, right? Like, no meme, most people digitally download. And I honestly am wondering this with Charlie. You look at the last 10 games that Charlie played, how many of these video games did you actually buy a physical copy of? I bet it's the minority. Now, maybe I'm a fucking idiot, but I bet it's the minority. I bet most people are digitally downloading. And that's the bottom line. People are not buying the physical copies anymore, so they're not going to spend their time selling them. Duh. The fundamental problem isn't the distribution, it's the control.
But I didn't think it would be this quick. This is a week later that they're just boldly, brazenly making this announcement that they're wiping their ass with physical media. Disc-based games, they're going to be gone soon. I thought it'd take still a couple more years before they felt confident enough to just pull the rug there and just say, like, all right, it's gone. But yeah, they did it, and it really sucks. Anyway, that's about it. So yeah.
It's going to get worse. It's going to get a lot worse, and I think it's very annoying. And I think that it will continue to get worse until people are able to organize and exercise political power in order to hold these companies accountable. Here's the video. Make sure to give it a like. I love Charlie's videos.
McDonald's.
Looks pretty fresh. I'm under arrest for homicide?
Correct.
On June 16th, 2023, a Minnesota state trooper spotted a black Cadillac Escalade speeding northbound on Interstate 35W at 95 miles per hour in a 55 mile per hour zone. As the SUV weaved recklessly through traffic, the trooper attempted to catch up. Moments later, the driver suddenly cut across multiple lanes and exited the freeway at speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour.
I mean,
oh my god!
What the fuck is he doing? I am so confused.
Oh my god!
What?
Speeds exceeding 100 miles per hour.
I mean,
holy fuck!
What the fuck is he doing? I am so confused. Why
Probably over something stupid. At the freeway at speeds exceeding 100.
Dude, the car's off the ground initially.
Miles per hour.
Did you see that?
That's insane.
Because of the down ramp, the car, bro, it slammed the ground, so it lifted off the ground.
Seconds later,
he's literally flying. It's crazy.
Red light and slammed into a Honda Civic in a catastrophic collision.
Alright, guys ready? Yep. Open.
Oh my god.
Clear. Please, hands up! Back. Clear. Front. Alright, go ahead, open.
As officers rushed toward the wreckage, they discovered the driver had fled the scene. Despite the catastrophic crash that claimed the lives of 5 young women instantly inside the Honda Civic, the suspect was nowhere to be found. Officers quickly secured the area and began searching for
the driver that causes an accident usually survives, even at insane speeds. It's so fucking stupid.
Driver, as the crash quickly turned into a homicide investigation.
Yes.
I saw the driver. I think I saw the driver.
Where?
XQCL.
He's wearing a white t-shirt, like a gray skull cap, and
Get him!
gray green.
Get him! Fuck you, bitch! You're done! You're done! Get him!
Suspect that fled from the vehicle. State Patrol is going after wearing a white t-shirt, gray sweatpants, and
W Grandma!
on his head. What race?
W Grandma!
White shirt, brown pants, possibly bleeding behind Taco Bell. Coming from behind.
Of course, Taco Bell.
White shirt, brown pants.
Hey, we got a guy behind Taco Bell.
Get his ass!
Black male. Behind Taco Bell.
Black male. Behind Taco Bell.
Everybody calm down here, okay. What about hair? Height, hair, weight? Hair is short, he got a short haircut. But you're gonna see it because he's bleeding everywhere. You're gonna see it because he's bleeding. You went that way? He went behind Taco Bell. Behind Taco Bell, he was going that way. He asked me for a right. He fell on my car, asked for a right. I said no. Okay. But he went that way.
341.
You guys see him coming over here?
31st.
Why are you bleeding? Huh? Why are you bleeding?
303.
Mr. Hans, why are are you bleeding?
For officers on scene, right now, we're supporting State Patrol.
So this old, okay. It's an old cut. Old cut? Yeah. It looks pretty fresh.
Third and leg locked down.
What's your name?
And then we need to lock down at second and leg.
Stand up.
Your squad car is not in one of those two places. You can move it, please.
Because you're bleeding.
I'm bleeding. What's I got to do
you
with
fall?
anything? Yeah, this is an old cut, bro.
That looks pretty fresh to me.
This is dried up blood, bro. Okay. All right, hey, listen. We got a
white shirt, brown pants with a description. White shirt, brown pants with a description.
We're just trying to make sure you're good.
You gonna put that what?
This is dried up blood, bro. Okay. All right, hey, listen. We got a
white shirt, brown pants with a description. White shirt, brown pants with a description.
We're just trying to make sure you're good.
Couldn't see it. The titles.
IDs in my pocket. I'm Derek Thompson.
Can you get your ID out? Take a photo of this lady and let's go.
Fresh blood on you. You do have fresh blood on you, bro. Yeah. That's why I called you out.
Oh, okay.
You know, no idea how that happened.
No, I slipped. I know
what I fell and slipped. Where'd you fall and slip at?
I fell. Fifth and Lake, right by the
Fifth and Lake.
By the Den Auto.
All right. Sounds good. Let's go ahead and get everybody that's not either 5s or 3s.
All right, man.
Wait, nobody learned questioning and anything?
White shirt, brown pants was the description.
State Patrol guy over here.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Sweating and everything.
Yeah, I'm good, bro.
All right, bro. Just relax. DeAndre, right?
Yeah, I'm good.
All right. My name is Lewis. Yeah. My name is Lewis. So we're just gonna have someone.
I've been here a hot minute, bro.
You literally are sweating.
I
The
know.
blood on your face.
I just got harassed by the police. I just gave y'all my ID. I took a picture of me and everything.
I understand. Can you just have a seat for me?
Yes, sir.
Sit down.
I was sitting all that, sir. Y'all told me to
Chat, can Derek beat DeAndre? I don't get it. Oh, maybe he said it wrong.
And like, by then, auto. Literally.
You were running?
Was I running? No.
I guess. Well, how did you bust your face?
I tripped over a log like this, right there behind them. Auto, they have parking spots like this. I tripped over and
Like this guy behind it.
Oh, we're just double checking. Yeah, there's no problem. I have no problem with doing that.
You should get a dog again.
I know y'all doing y'all job.
You should just get a dog, you know?
Yeah.
Do we have a description on the suspect?
We get clarification on the for the suspect or the for article.
There you go.
The shots were hurting is just the State Patrol accident.
Y'all got
There's a lot going on.
There's a lot going on right now. Y'all got shots fired, all type of.
Officers returned to the witness to confirm whether the suspect was the same person she saw fleeing the scene.
We have a guy stopped at the Taco Bell that we think that may or may not be involved.
Right. I just saw this one by.
Would you be willing to come look at him?
Sure.
Okay.
Holy.
Got him.
306 to 303. We have an individual here in Taco.
Good Samaritan.
This isn't the individual that State Patrol is chasing. If they want to come and ID, let's do it real quick.
Chat.
The K9 was.
If that were me, I would like to wear disguise like that. Like, I'm not trying to. Yeah, it's him. Yep, that's the one. Like, fuck that.
Can I get the description of that suspect, please?
You get fucking popped or something, you know what I mean?
Blonde dread, brown pants, white t-shirt.
Stand up, man. You know I ain't got no deal. Yeah, come on, I stand up, but I ain't got no. I don't have
blonde dread.
Blonde dread.
Yeah, I mean, no blonde dreads. That's the wrong guy.
So you gonna arrest me for real, bro?
333, we're trying to work out a state now.
Oh my God.
Just hold on to that guy. We'll get someone over to check it out here.
Let's just put him in a squad car. Yeah, thank you, please, sir.
Oh, they go in the car with tints. Okay, makes sense actually.
My dress is not blind, sir.
We'll check. We'll make sure.
Far from blind.
we'll make sure. Like you can't identify that on the fly. Like
I understand y'all gotta find somebody, but please don't make me be the guy tonight.
But just face squad here. And separate your feet.
6 copies, I'll send them over.
I mean, he could have walked away. I mean,
I have no idea.
he decided to fucking chill at Taco Bell.
Yeah, that don't even make no sense, bro. Blonde, look at my hair, bro. Blonde hair, bro. She has blonde hair, bro. We just double check. It's not even bro.
Why does it look shaking, man? Did you like
handcuffs, bro? It's tight, bro.
03, let's get that tape all the way to 3rd.
Bro, it's serious, bro. I get it, dog. Y'all, is y'all detaining me?
Yeah, you're being detained. That's what I said. That's what I told you, right?
No, but I'm saying because you just told me that you was waiting on somebody to pull up.
Yep.
Now you telling me that I'm
we got the confirmation, man. We're just gonna double check again, right? With the state trooper.
I don't want to make them mad. I just want to go home, bro. That's all, bro. Y'all took a picture of my ID. Y'all have everything about me. And I don't understand what is the reason of y'all still detaining me.
What's going on?
Ooh.
03,
What's her leg hurt?
Oh, let me guess, it's the log.
Can you please get her information?
Yeah.
So,
Want me to do another tape statement?
Yes. Whoever is coming here with that suspect, the person that may or may not be the suspect, we're going to have them look at that person. That's why we don't want to let go.
Keep you right.
Yep.
I'm going to go make contact with our people.
Yep.
And I'll come back and find you to get there, okay?
Okay.
XQCM.
We're going to park on this McDonald's right here. And we may or may not have someone in the back of the squad car that you may recognize.
What, are you just going to see me, Mom?
No.
Well, I mean...
You ready? Yeah, so we're doing a show up, and obviously with the lights that you can't see who the witness is, and basically spin them around. Good?
It is going to be hard with these handcuffs.
Yeah, I hear you. You want some help with your feet?
Nah, it's just hard to get out here.
Yeah, this is all kinds of fucked up. It's just...
It's not my job. All right, buddy.
I just think this is not like standard procedure. This is like some freestyle shit.
We'll go to the front of the squad car.
Please tell them that this is not me. I'm 6'5". It's not hard for me to be mixed. I am 6'5". My hair is not blonde. My hair is red. Can you please tell them that this is not me?
Okay, ma'am, so we're going to bring out the suspect, possible suspect. I want you to tell me if you recognize him or not.
Okay.
Do you recognize them?
Gray sweatpants on, white t-shirt, yep.
Ma'am, I can't really hear you.
Yes, he had a white t-shirt on.
Do you recognize him, yes or no?
Yes, well, it was dark, but he had a t-shirt like that on and gray and green sweatpants.
So I need a yes or no, ma'am?
Yes.
She said gray pants before, though.
Yo, what the fuck?
Ma'am, do you recognize him?
That's the one I seen running through my neighbor's driveway. Yes.
You seen him running through your neighbor's driveway?
I mean, my neighbor's yard, yeah.
From where?
Oh, gray green?
From the crash.
From the crash? Okay. All right.
They want me to turn again? Face this way still? Forward?
Again. Me again. Please
Yo, what the fuck?
Ooh. Ooh.
See?
Okay.
He can't walk.
But you 100% saw him running from the crash?
Yes.
Do you see how this looks? When I found you, you were sweaty like you've been running. You had blood on your face and you had blood on your hand.
And that's fine. But I understand the protocol that you guys are going through. I understand that 100%, and I don't fault you guys for that.
So you know we have to go
and I'm being patient with you guys. But come on now, bro. Handcuffs in the back of the police car, bro. I just gave y'all my ID. I gave y'all everything that y'all asked for, bro. I didn't do nothing for you guys.
Yes.
The police officer just came, just told y'all it wasn't me.
Okay.
It's not me.
Now, let's say this was up to procedure, and they went back to the PD or whatever, and they did a lineup with like 5 or 10 people. She probably would never find this guy.
Like, I don't.
No way, no how.
Walk up because y'all know it's not me. I mean, I'm here, so we can do what we gotta do.
Pretty unreliable witness. I don't think it matters in that way.
I got things that I want to do with my project. I know y'all got a job that y'all gotta handle, so I'm willing to work with y'all. Please don't have me out here all night. Please don't have me.
Hey Google,
Yeah, that just looks
how do you
bad,
get
though.
Infernal
We
Horde
not
things so
agree.
that you can do your battle thing or whatever the fuck, your war plan? How do you get more Infernal Horde
Y'all said
spawns?
brown pants. I don't have on brown pants.
I mean,
This is not nowhere near brown. Y'all said 10.
someone could see brown.
You said 10 hair. My hair is blackish as red. My
You
hair.
realize camouflage is brown for deer hunting, so you camouflage with fall
Camouflage,
leaves,
this-
which are brown leaves.
This is 10.
What? That's literally camouflage pants, man.
This is 10.
What?
It's just a shade of brown, right? No, they said brown, like brown pants, and then they said that I had 10 hair. You know how quick that happened? That's fine. I mean, at the end of the day, that's definitely fine. I know that this y'all job that y'all gotta do what y'all gotta do. That's why I'm willing to work with y'all. I don't want to be a or anything like that. I know how this specific.
They're trying to have enough to hold him so that he never gets back out, but they could get that to so many means. I mean, even the K9 would have been enough, no?
I appreciate you. You have been.
K9 from the car seat.
I'm saying in the latest patch with death
they would have
or
enough.
whatever.
So is he gonna be released?
And then all the cameras and witness testimony will come in, like.
All right, you are under arrest. So I'll put you back in the car.
I got you. Y'all have a nice.
Just want to give people an update here. Suspects in custody for criminal vehicular homicide. We have car 21 en route to the scene.
Oh, well, did you?
For homicide. They said homicide?
Correct.
For what?
Can't talk to you about it, bro.
I thought you
Bro.
wasn't nobody.
There's a lot of people injured.
Wow. That's sad.
Uh-huh.
And I'm under arrest for homicide?
Correct.
Is you serious?
Yep, I'm not lying.
What the? For an accident? That's what you just said that happened.
I never said accident.
You said that
You just said it.
You said it was shooting going on, and you said it was an accident. I asked you specifically. I said, is anybody hurt? You said, no, there's no one hurt.
Well, that was before I was told, and there's people hurt.
Is it gonna keep talking or what?
Homicide now, right?
Me personally, that's up. It's up that people got injured. I'm up.
Why are you up?
My foot is I told you that already.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, might as well get medical attention.
No, I know. EMS is on their way.
Somebody died?
That's what a homicide is, right?
That's up. So how could somebody die and you not tell me no like that? I was wondering why I was always these cars out here.
Didn't I tell you I didn't know?
Yeah, you said you was gonna get updates.
Yeah, when I talked to the taco parking lot, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Absolutely no idea.
Is there any way that I can like post bail or anything like that?
I'm sure there is a way. I don't know. Once I bring people to jail, I have no idea what happens after.
Is this a cool job for you?
I love my job. Honestly, I feel like I help a lot of people. That's what I wanted to do as a little kid, you know?
Yeah. I wanted to be a pilot.
Oh, why not?
They told me I was too tall to fit in the cockpit.
What?
Cap.
Wow, that's crazy.
Stop.
Yeah, they say since I'm 6'5", I can fit in the cockpit.
Stop. Is that
Following
true?
the crash, Derek John Thompson was taken into custody in connection with the deaths of 5 young women who had been spending the evening together as they prepared for a friend's wedding. As the case moved through the courts, Thompson denied being the driver, claiming his brother was behind the wheel. But surveillance footage from the airport showed Thompson renting and driving the Cadillac Escalade before the crash. Witness testimony, vehicle data, and his own statements to hospital staff further dismantled his defense. In June 2025, a Hennepin County jury found Thompson guilty on all 15 felony counts, including 5 counts of third-degree murder and 10 counts of criminal vehicular homicide. The following month, he was sentenced to more than 50 years in state prison.
Oh, GG, too easy.
Combined with a separate 14-year federal sentence for the drugs and firearm found inside the Escalade, Thompson is expected to spend around 64 years behind bars. But for the victims' families, Thompson's apology did little to ease their grief.
For over 2 years, he refused to take responsibility for what he did. Sitting there with that smug look on his face.
Criminal vehicular homicide. The 5 counts of third-degree murder. The witness test over and
Sir, I didn't know.
Yeah, you said you was gonna get updates.
Yeah, when I talked to the taco parking lot, I had no idea.
Yeah.
Absolutely no idea.
Is there any way that I can like post bail or anything like that?
I'm sure there is a way. I don't know. Once I bring people to jail, I have no idea what happens after.
Is this a cool job for you?
I love my job. Honestly, I feel like I help a lot of people. That's what I wanted to do as a little kid, you know?
Yeah. I wanted to be a pilot.
Oh, why not?
They told me I was too tall to fit in the
What?
Cap.
Wow, that's crazy.
Stop.
Yeah, they say since I'm 6'5", I can't fit in the
Stop. Is that
Following
true?
the crash, Derek John Thompson was taken into custody in connection with the deaths of 5 young women who had been spending the evening together as they prepared for a friend's wedding. As the case moved through the courts, Thompson denied being the driver, claiming his brother was behind the wheel. But surveillance footage from the airport showed Thompson renting and driving the Cadillac Escalade before the crash. Witness testimony, vehicle data, and his own statements to hospital staff further dismantled his defense. In June 2025, a Hennepin County jury found Thompson guilty on all 15 felony counts, including 5 counts of third-degree murder and 10 counts of criminal vehicular homicide. The following month, he was sentenced to more than 50 years in state prison. Vehicular counts, including 5. A Hennepin County jury found Thompson guilty on all 15 felony counts, including 5 counts of third-degree murder and 10 counts of criminal vehicular homicide. The following month, he was sentenced to more than 50 years in state prison.
Too easy.
Combined with a separate 14-year federal sentence for the drugs and firearm found inside the Escalade, Thompson is expected to spend around 64 years behind bars. But for the victims' families, Thompson's apology did little to ease their grief.
For over 2 years, he refused to take responsibility for what he did, sitting there with that smug look on his face. He's zero care at all. He made us sit through 2 trials. He put our family through so much.
I am truly sorry. There has been a burden on my back for 25 months because I wasn't able to say I'm sorry.
For exclusive clips and behind-the-scenes content, join us.
Right. Got it, man. You try to pull that. I'm sorry. Is that what you linked to? No, it's not.
You look copy sloppy.
Watch hit movies and TV shows on YouTube.
The girl is his Achilles heel. Your safety is the most important thing to me.
Are you shot? Do you have any weapons?
I said right. You won that.
533 Central, just for 49. I have a Meow, and
He won the exchange. He won the 1v1. He won life. He gets. In that moment, they're both wagering their life ticket. Okay, whoever wins, they get the ticket. That's the win.
Shot.
Yeah, he won.
And he's in the vehicle.
Do you have any first aid?
I do. Okay, where are you shot? Where are you shot? In the chest?
Yeah.
10 for doing that right now. He's shot in the chest. Where are you shot? Okay, give me 1 second, okay? Okay. Yeah, lay on the ground, okay? Okay. Where are you shot? Let me see. Okay, I need you to let me open this up.
It's the most
so I can see
survived
clearly,
video.
okay?
It says
Okay.
Cannon hunts down woman.
I'm gonna go ahead and
That's a
cut this
double
out,
murder.
okay?
Not here.
Give me 1 second, okay? I know. I'm gonna cut this open, okay? Are you still on the phone with dispatch?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
1, 2. Yeah, I do.
3-3, where is the GSW on his chest?
Lower left, in the middle. And then he has a lower to the right. So he has...
Copy. Do you have any agonal breathing?
Yeah. He has about 1... There's too much blood, I can't even see.
You got fire staging over here on the south loop. Tell him to go.
Do you know how many times you shot? Twice. No, there's more. There's more than 2.
Can you show my car out, please?
Hold on. Give me 1 second, okay?
The instruction manual?
Oh,
nah, I can't. Chat, if I'm on the ground bleeding, brother, and the minister trying to save me is pulls out a fucking reading manual. I can't.
So there's one on the bottom as well.
I think you're getting a shot again.
One. I can only see one on this side.
Yeah, medics here, okay? It's gonna hurt, but we need to see where you're injured. Okay.
Yes, we need to see what he was shot with.
What kind of gun were you shot with? A pistol. A pistol? Yeah. Pistol? Like a 9mm. Multiple shots, guys. Multiple.
Oh, hold on. He's talking about the house on the corner.
You know the name of the person?
We're all taking his time, huh? Come on, man.
You know her last name? How young? You know how old she is? She's young. Young? Young. 25, 30.
Amy.
30 to 45? 25 to 30. That's the one who shot.
That's what happens when you pay a livable wage and you're on the clock and you clocked in.
Were you able to find out where the house is at?
Okay, do you know where the house is at, where she lives? On the corner? Do you know where exactly? What?
There's a truck, a white truck there with the hood open.
So can we go inside? Because they said there's possibly a deceased individual inside the house.
Yeah, we did. That was there.
Gonna be a white trailer on the west side of the road with blue trim.
Yeah, so they're at the house now. There's supposed to be another guy in there.
While paramedics transported the victim to a local hospital, officers converged on the property that he described, located a half-mile east of where he was found.
Well, I'm not a medical police, but I think
another dead person.
Interviewing him, whatever it is, I don't think it's bad. It keeps him awake. If you check for responsiveness, you get. Yeah. And on top of that, if there's a change in the way that he's responding, that could mean that something's going on, you know?
So, the female's gone, right?
No,
we don't know. I thought they said that she went down inspiration.
No, he was on inspiration. Oh, that's where he was at.
Okay. What do you think about a heavy head to the door, and how do you feel about sending your...
We can send the dog in.
Whoa, that's a GTA house, Chad, let's be honest.
Sheriff's officer, you inside, make yourself known, I'll send in the dog! Bigger.
That's a 1x2 fucking rust base.
Alright, we're gonna flow in with him.
Fucking
Alright, nothing from the dog, guys. No alerts, nothing to indicate there's human odor in here. Here, buddy. Good boy. Good boy, Dobbs. Good boy. Let's go watch Chef's office. Sit. But. You gonna make announcements from here, sir? Okay.
Go up to the door, do a door check, and then on breach will...
You get it? Is that because the German shepherds, so they speak German.
As long as time allows and situation allows, let's make sure we get our canine announcements in there. As long as time and situation.
It's not even a joke. I mean, it's half a joke.
Are we gonna push?
Oh, Chad thinks it's a joke. It's actually half a joke.
All right, let's give some announcements from here then.
Because it's also true.
Come out of the front door with your hands up and free of any weapons.
Did you hear that?
You guys hear that? Sounded like some possible movement. Stand by.
Amy!
Well,
what's your county sheriff?
It's half true. It's not because it's a German shepherd that it's English. It's that they were trained in Germany. So you get it? Nah, whatever.
Hey, Sarge. We're gonna move up and then let Matt do his thing.
All right. After that bang goes off, we're going to give it a few seconds, all right? Let the dogs OODA loop calm down.
OODA loop stands for observe, orient, decide, and act, which is a cyclical process that allows for individuals, including canines, to adapt to changing situations.
Here, come over here, buddy. Yep. Lots. Lots. Good?
Good.
Canine's moving up. Got me covered?
Got you.
You in the building! This is your final warning! Canine's gonna be sent in! Make yourself known! If you fail to do so, you will be bit!
Uh-oh.
Review.
Uh-oh. Okay,
Dog's gone into the left.
Dog's dead, dog's dead.
Okay. Fall in, hold left. Fall in, hold right. Go. Here. Dog between you.
I know. Why, Brad, watch that thing with the dog.
Yeah. All right, do me a favor. Can you secure that bank? Because if he kicks it, it goes off.
What about?
Huh? Long Katie?
It's going to be 10-3, 10-3, making entry at 12:56.
Sheriff's office. Leave here. Throw in. It's okay. All right.
Is that shower left?
Nothing from the dog so far. Shower's clear. Check that closet.
Damn.
Sit down. This back room's clear. Dog's coming back out.
Chat, imagine the dog kicked on the way in. Right there, boom. Chat, is that 14 flash?
Sheriff's office! Okay, grab it, unplug it.
Reattach there.
Leave here.
Long hallway, open door at the end of the hallway. Looks like a back door past the fridge. I can't see left.
Okay.
I can't see behind it. This couch right here is clear.
All right, Dobby's already gone through there and he didn't indicate on anybody. So push up with the dog.
This is stressful.
I wonder if this is the deceased one.
Blood on the floor.
This might be the deceased guy right here. Hold on him. Push past and keep going with the dog. Hold on the deceased. Good boy, Dobbs. Rebeard. All right.
Turning off as I move.
On you.
All right. Nothing from the dog. Keep pushing.
Pushing.
Police department!
Sheriff's office!
There.
These two doors are clear on the left.
No alert to the dog.
Nothing from the dog.
Closed door.
Well, what is this fucking death trap of a fucking house? Dude.
Rieger.
Hands, let me see your hands!
Get on the ground! Get on the ground or you're gonna get bit! Get on the ground or you're gonna get shit! It's okay. Easy, buddy. You guys got her? You guys got her?
Oh, come on, man. No prize?
All right. Check her for bites. I don't know if the dog made contact.
Really? So you're not gonna let him bite then?
Good boy, Dobby. I know, we're stuck. Ow! Do me a favor. Yep. He and I are both tangled up in this. Will you please cut it so he'll stop biting me? He's got his foot caught and my foot caught. Easy, buddy. He's gonna get it. Okay. It's okay. Ow! Good boy. Oh, you jerk. Good boy, Dobby. We're okay. Ow. Yeah, we're okay. He freaked out when he got wrapped up and bit me. Check her. Huh?
You bit?
Yeah, he just bit my foot.
Okay.
But check her for bites because he made a little bit of contact. I don't know how good it was though. Right arm? Okay. All right.
Through the boot?
Good boy, Dobby. Good boy.
1 minute 41 detained.
Easy, buddy. Easy, Dobbs.
Yeah,
Thank you for saving us there, Uncle Carter. Because it wrapped up my foot and it wrapped up his, and he was not having it. He freaking thought the fight was on. Thought I was fighting him.
Yeah, come out.
All right, you guys got me in the dog? Good boy. Easy, buddy. Easy, buddy. These are friends. These are friends. Chill. Chill. Okay, now. Good boy. Easy fighting him.
Yeah, come on.
Does not have it. Thank you for. Easy, boy. It's because. Boy. Cut it so he'll. Boy. The dog made contact.
Really? Come on, man. No prize?
All right. Checker for bites. I don't know if the dog made contact.
Really? So you're not gonna let him bite then?
Good boy. Good boy, Dobby. I know, we're stuck. Ow! Do me a favor. Yep. He and I are both tangled up in this. Will you please cut it so he'll stop biting me? He's got his foot caught and my foot caught. Easy, buddy. He's gonna get it. Okay. It's okay. Ow! Good boy. Oh, you jerk. Good boy, Dobby. We're okay. Ow. Yeah, we're okay. He freaked out when he got wrapped up and bit me. Checker. Huh?
You bit?
Pretty open. Good boy.
She was doggo.
Good boy, Dobbs. Good boy.
That house is a nightmare. Any bites or not?
It's just a real quick pat. So
okay.
Obviously, she's got a lot of jacket shit to go through. Got it. Okay, well that's
Good boy. Good boy. Good boy, Dobby. Good boy.
No shriek?
Alright, back of my head. I'm just gonna be feeling for any weapons. Do you have anything on you? Okay, can you spread your feet for me, please?
Damn, that underbite though.
One magazine.
Okay.
Alright. Every one of your Las Lunas females, you can come do this back down for us?
Amy? Detective Iturralde with Las Lunas Police Department. I'm going to pat you down. Do you have anything that's going to cut me, poke me? Huh? Yes or no? Try to spread your feet.
Nice nod, brother.
Fortify generation. What the fuck?
From inside? Yeah. No, we're gonna need a search warrant to get in there, so it's gonna be a while.
Oh hell no.
In a catatonic state.
According to the Valencia County News Bulletin, the open knife that was found on the table had what appeared to be blood on the blade. A 9mm casing was found on the floor of the home, matching the loaded magazine that was found on the suspect. After being cleared at the hospital, Amy was taken to Valencia County Sheriff's Office, where she stated, unprompted by officers, "I was holding up a lot of anger, but now I am not." According to local reporting, I was holding up a lot of anger, but now I am not. According to local reporting, deputies found out that she was on probation and in violation of her release. However, no arrest warrants were active from the Adult Probation and Parole Office.
Watch hit movies and TV shows on YouTube.
You did test this thing, right?
Okay, you know what? Fudge it.
Okay, hands are off.
Can you want to listen to it? Because I...
Oh, that just made it like...
Movie music.
Feeling now, can't seem to shake it. Weight on my chest, I can't fake it. Life's so... Sometimes it feels just like a drug. I keep pushing.
What's up, bitch? Here we go now.
Love's a drug, got me feeling so high. Never felt this way, never gonna say bye.
Yeah.
like tablets.
It's hard to see the one. People come and go just like a school. Didn't find my roses, found a thorn. Took the whip and
The pain inside is also real. Sometimes it's hard to even deal.
What? Jesse!
Going through the darkness and through the light. We keep fighting on with all of
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like me and my friends, I mean,
So that's real or that's AI?
it's a mix of both. Yeah, it's just my chat likes to sabotage me. They'll love to sabotage you too. Not in like terrible ways, but like they want me to play something and it's a disaster. I am not playing that. Let me tell you something. There's a time I was learning music. My autotune wasn't working. And we thought it was, and I was trying to make it work, and it wasn't working. And I started singing it, and people took that extract of singing, and they just make fun of me with it. It's really bad. I'll play you.
You did it on stream?
Yeah. They'll make you click it anyway, okay? I might as well get it out of the way. I can't, okay? I'm gonna mute. I can't.
This is not you singing, or you singing?
Yeah, it's me, but see, my cam was off doing that, and I never have cam off, because it was so bad, I had to take it off. This is... listen, after that, okay, I get it, okay? You're gonna block me, okay? And you're gonna delete the VOD. It is what it is. I'll just play it. I'll play it. Alright, ready?
I'm scared.
Here comes, here comes.
From the beginning and...
Okay, here comes. Yo, this is X on the beat, yo. Okay.
You heard my voice as well.
That us. Anyone knows that boy? I don't know, he's just so soy. Okay, that was pretty good.
Boy. No,
okay,
we can
now you have it.
Okay, listen.
He's soy?
There's so much to explain. There's no point. What the fuck? Open your eyes. Go away. Open your eyes. Open your eyes. Go away. Open your fucking eyes.
I'm too tired tonight.
Please, let me scare you, please.
Not tonight. I'm too tired, please.
Jump scare. Open them.
I'm too tired tonight.
Please, I've been patient all day.
Maybe tomorrow, okay?
You always say tomorrow.
Shh, sorry, babe.
Babe?
Sorry, babe.
Fuck! Hey, dude.
Holy shit, what the fuck? Demon in my house.
What's your problem with me?
What do you mean?
What do you mean? You're supposed to do stupid things and I'm supposed to scare you.
Why would I want to be scared?
It's just part of the rules. It's my thing and you're making it really hard for me, dude.
I don't know what you want me to say.
Sorry is a good place to start. You know how long I was in your closet waiting for a jump scare? You were on TikTok for 45 minutes. Who's on TikTok for that fucking long?
Bunch of good videos on my FYP. I'm sorry.
And then afterward, it took you like an hour to fall asleep.
There's a lot on my mind. You know, there's a girl I'm thinking about. A lot I want to say to her.
I had to pee really bad. There's no chairs in your closet. I was just standing.
Why would I go into my
And
closet? It's a stupid place to hide, okay?
Be honest with me.
Figure something else out. Find anything.
I can't. I'm from the underworld. This is all we got, man. I'm stuck with you.
Sorry, bro.
Baby, I'm wide-eyed.
Hey, it's Matt Keen. Check out my new music video, Wide Eyed, on YouTube.
Somewhere out there, there may be a second version of you. An imposter.
You're wearing red because you're the imposter.
Yes. It sounds crazy, it's easy to laugh off until you hear what happened to Gary Sudbrink. In February of 1993, a robotic voice called Gary's parents' house on Long Island.
I'll tell you who it is. Yeah.
The calls came 4 times over 2 nights, and the voice on the end of the line told him plainly, "You are being impersonated. There is another one of you." That sounds crazy. That sounds really scary. It also sounds completely made up. The problem is there was evidence, and that makes it a lot more complicated. A double of Gary at this point had already shown up to his brother's wedding, and a voice that sounded exactly like Gary had already called his friends, pretending to be Gary, announcing a trip before Gary had even decided to make the trip that he announced to his friends. Apparently, his imposter did it. And that's what we're talking about today on the NSPO, the Nonstop PsyOp podcast. Press the like button, leave some suggestions on what you want to see us cover in the next one. Gary was an Air Force captain, a pharmacist, and a very private guy who never asked for any of this nonsense. The calls that were made back in the 90s were recorded. They still exist. We've put them in the video already. So there's only one real question, I suppose. Who was the voice? What was the voice? Was it Gary? Was it right? Were there actually 2 Garys? So, who is Gary Sudbrink really? Honestly, there's not a lot available in terms of public information. He was born in the mid-60s, Long Island family, thick New York accents, middle of 3 boys. He was the captain and pharmacist. The captain and pharmacist part is by his own account, and what's documented is that after the service, he was licensed and moved out west and pretty much vanished into a quiet life. So that's all we'll dig in there. I want to leave the man alone. This is a very famous internet story, though, that I'm going to be talking about, so I apologize if he hates that. I'll take the video down if you want, Gary. This whole story really surfaced because it started making the rounds on Reddit a few years back, and it's blown up again and again in just the last few years. And the first weird thing didn't even happen to Gary. It happened to his brother Steven on Steven's wedding day in 1992. Steven was driving to the wedding, and a car comes up fast behind him. He immediately recognizes it. He says, "It's Gary!" It's Gary's car. It pulls alongside. He looks over, and lo and behold, there's Gary making these distorted, goofy, almost disturbing faces at him. That's very creepy. Steven tries to roll the window down. There's no response from Gary. He just speeds off. Yo! Steven figures it's his brother being a goofball on his wedding day and lets it go. Until the reception. Steven finally goes up to Gary and asks him about what the happened earlier on the road. And Gary's like, "Huh? I didn't drive in. Why would I drive in? I'm Gary. I flew in this morning, man. I'm Gary." But Steven still swears he saw him in his car. So Gary excuses himself, calls his landlady back in San Antonio, and she confirms it. Gary's car is sitting in the lot in San Antonio. The wedding is here, and Gary's car is here. Not possible. It never moved. Everybody chalks it up to the old classic wedding day jitters. Steven's full of shit, he's crazy, he made it up. Let's all stand in a circle around him and beat him. Now, to be clear, the Sudbrinks are a UFO family. Like my family, like many of your families out there. Gary's dad and his uncle have been balls deep in UFOs since the 1960s, often taking trips out to Point Pleasant, West Virginia, the Mothman Town, and the wave of UFO and creature sightings that John Keel wrote about in his famous book, The Mothman Prophecies. And not long before all this started to unfold, the older Sudbrinks took another trip to West Virginia and come back saying that they saw a UFO, by their telling, hovering over a power plant, which there's a very interesting dynamic between UFOs and power plants and nuclear energy and all this type of stuff. Get this thing out of here, man. I'm just kidding. My wife got this for me on Etsy, so I'm keeping it right here. She got that for me on Etsy. I was pretending, I moved it, I was gonna throw it and stuff. Look, Sour Boys. Go to sour.gg. Get some delicious sour gummies made with real fruit. Natural flavors, natural dyes. So they saw a UFO hovering over a power plant, which if you were in the world It makes sense. The UFO lore, like I said, says sightings cluster around nuclear sites, power plants, so on and so forth. Some of the early contactees, the people who claim they actually talked to these things, said the beings were fixated on one idea, and that is we'd split the atom and now we'd either use it to reach the stars or destroy ourselves. So, you know, we're kind of making that decision consistently every single day, it seems now. But either way, Sudbrink family, these ideas, think about them. They're going to matter a lot very soon. Now let's jump forward to February 1993, the trip that started everything for Gary. All right. Gary got the first 3 days of the month off, and he decided to slip home to Long Island. Only one problem. He's not supposed to. He's supposed to tell his superiors before he leaves
Hey, Google.
space. You can't leave. You're
Are
basically
all
an indentured
alien
servant,
sightings
when you're in the military,
after
pretty much.
we
So for
split
Gary,
the atom
trip is
for the
off
first time?
books. If the wrong person finds out he's gone, he's in a lot of trouble. But he figures, hey man, if I go a few days and I walk around and I, you know, pull on it or whatever, nobody will notice. So he's packing up to leave, looks out back, and there's a helicopter just hovering, maybe 20 feet off the ground, pointed right at his place. Gary needs glasses, so he goes to grab them. By the time he's back to actually get a look at the helicopter, it's like it notices him and climbs and books it out of there. After this, it gets even stranger. He's at the airport waiting to board, and a thin guy in an overcoat, a horrifying sentence, walks up and starts chatting. Where you headed, Gary? You know, polite stuff. Gary says, I'm going home to New York to see my family. Then the guy wants his name. What's your name? Gary looks down, and the guy's got a notebook, and he's writing the answers to his questions down. So Gary gives him a first name. The man pushes for the full name. Gary gets a little bit uncomfortable, a little uneasy, and he's suddenly very glad that his bag strap is covering the last name on his uniform. And he asks, what's this for? Oh, I'm actually doing a survey, starting a little local business, talking to everyone at the airport. I'm starting a business, instead of big and tall, it's called thin and small. But he didn't talk to anybody else. This guy didn't talk to anyone else. He walked in, made a beeline straight for Gary. Gary pushed back. Why do you need my full name? And the guy goes, don't worry, you're not gonna get in any trouble, which is scary, because Gary's not supposed to be there. But either way, his row gets called and he escapes onto the plane. Gary's off like a damn rocket. And yeah, you could just walk up to a gate back then, no ticket, no security, to just get to the terminal, guys. Pre 9/11, baby. Come on now. You, Osama, and George Bush. Gary sits down, he's relieved, and another guy sits next to him with long hair, glasses. They have some friendly, normal, small talk this time, nothing weird and pushy, no census being taken, until somebody shows up and says, that's my seat. So the long-haired guy moves across the aisle, keeps the conversation going, but it gets a little pointed. When is Gary going back to Texas? How does he spell his last name? Where exactly is he headed? Stuff a stranger has absolutely zero reason to want. A flight attendant tells him to get to his actual seat. He lingers by the emergency exit asking for more and finally gets parked in the back of the plane. Gary doesn't see him ever again. So Gary lands, he's very freaked out and calls his landlady to keep an eye on his apartment because things are getting very strange. Then he gets to his parents' place and tells them everything about the helicopter, the two men, and his dad goes, that's funny, son. There was a helicopter hovering over our house today as well. So Gary decides to call his old friend Mike. Mike answers surprised. He says, you sound a lot better than the last time we talked. Gary has absolutely no idea what he's talking about. He hasn't talked to Mike in ages. And Mike says, you called me 20 minutes ago. You said you were going to be in town. But Gary did not call. Gary did not decide to make this trip until basically the moment he made it. Nobody knew he was coming, and Mike is adamant and said, yeah, you called. You sounded congested, kind of staticky, like you had a cold. But it was you, Gary. I mean, I heard you, Gary. And the Gary on that call said he'd flown into a different airport than the one the real Gary actually landed at. So somebody knew Gary's movements, and somebody was out there being Gary at the wedding and now on the phone with Mike before Gary himself had even decided what he was doing. This shit is creepy. I've got full-on goosebumps right now, dude. I think one of my biggest fears is being impostered. All right? Imagine getting impostered and then your imposter sleeps with your wife. God, that would be a nightmare. Be kind of sick, though, if he showed up for work for me. or like went to jury duty or some shit like that. There is dope times in which having an imposter would be really cool. February 8th, 1993, 10:30 at night. The phone rings at the Sudbrink house. Gary picks up. He hears... Gary realizes it's nonsensical, so he hangs up. It rings right back, but this time he hits record on the answering machine. The voice asks for Gary. It mispronounces the name. It says, Gary, Sudbrink. It's low, slow, robotic, dragging, odd.
Yeah, who's this, Steven? You playing games with me or what?
Gary's first reaction is not fear, it's annoyance, because he's sure it's his brother Steven messing with him. My name's Gary Sudbrink. Gary says, I'm gonna kick your ass. And the voice just keeps on going.
Steven, if you're playing games, we're gonna kick your ass. So how long are you going to be back from Texas? Huh?
Strange phrasing, weird phrasing over and over. And then it tells him the thing.
You're being impersonated by the other voice. Yeah, this is you, Steve, you idiot. You pissed me off.
It's really creepy. The creepiest part is the family. Mom picks up the other line and goes, watch this ad. This message is sponsored by ZocDoc. I'll research the best magnesium for sleep, the best protein for recovery, and the best way to breathe. But when it comes to seeing an actual medical professional, suddenly I am too busy, which is why I finally started using ZocDoc. ZocDoc is a free app and website that helps you book and find high-quality in-network doctors so you can find someone you love. Over 150,000 providers across all 50 states, 200-plus specialties, primary care, eye care. You can search by specialty or symptom. You do an in-person visit or video call and read thousands of verified patient reviews. So when you're ready, you just pull up their real-time availability, pick a slot, and book instantly. No calling around, no waiting, no. Is this normal? I use ZocDoc, and it's very easy. It's one of the easiest parts of staying on top of my health now. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to zocdoc.com/Oompaville to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. That's zocdoc.com, zocdoc.com/Oompaville. They start bickering about whether Steven could be calling from Queens. Does Queens even count as an out-of-area? I don't even know. I don't know a lot about phones because Gary checks the caller ID, which barely anyone had in 1983, and it says out of area.
One new call out of area. Is Steven out of the calling area or what? What do you mean you don't know? He's in Queens. Well, who are you talking? I don't know who the fuck.
So it's untraceable. The line is dark. Dad grabs the phone with his incredible sense of humor and asks if the voice is an intergalactic person.
Are you an intergalactic person? Are you a space alien? It sounds like you hung up.
Which is the politically correct way to say alien. Gary asks if it's a space alien. The whole family's on different lines in the house, arguing with each other over this strange droning voice at the exact same time. It's very funny, in all honesty, but it's also creepy and very eerie. That word, eerie, is designed to be used in situations like this. Eerie situations. 40 minutes later, 11:10, it calls back. This time, Gary's ready. He hits record and tries to actually talk to it. He asks it what it wants, and the voice asks if he's back from Texas yet. It's only been 40 minutes. He drags out the S's in Texas. It's extremely creepy that it interrupts him with the line that is, even more creepier.
Okay, I'll be back. Excuse me? I can't hear too well.
Dad's in the background saying, it is a full moon tonight. The voice warns him again, there's a double of you. And then it just dissolves into static.
I'm hearing static.
Oh, my lunch is moving.
They hung up.
Very strange. Third call, 11:38. This one's different. The voice sounds tired. Half of it is unintelligible. Is Gary Sudbrink here? Are you back from Texas? How are you? How long are you? Like it cannot finish its own sentence.
Hello, can I help you? Yes. Yes, that's me.
And the dad is the one who finally calls it as being something very bizarre. This is not Steven. Steven would have cracked. Steven wouldn't have called 3 times in a row, dragging it out, beating the dead horse. That's not the type of game that Stevie plays. Then the voice signs off the same way. And that's the end of night 1. Now, nobody in the family has actually seen a UFO except for the dad and the uncle. Gary has never seen a UFO, or at least there's no information of that. Nothing's ever really happened to Gary, but every single call is about Gary, and they want to know about Gary. Maybe it's because he just walked off base without telling anyone and he went AWOL. Off base, no authorization, the aliens will bring him back. But why him, though? Then comes night 2, February 9th, 10:21 p.m. One more call. This one's got more echo, more reverb, like it's coming from a bathroom, maybe in a spaceship. Gary asks it straight.
Can I ask why you're... Yes, can I ask why you're calling?
The voice gives him the closest thing to an answer in an actual response that it ever gives. Gary says he'd like to see it.
I have to think about that. I'd like to see you.
And then the uncle jumps in.
Hey, let me tell you something. I've been listening to you, and I've had contacts with you.
And the instant the uncle says that, the voice snaps to a warning. And then there's something garbled about the sun rising on the dark side of the moon. And then lo, the same warning one more time. It'll show the double from you. The call just ends with the 3 of them confirming that they got it all recorded. I'm an adult man with a partially functioning brain. This could be fake, and the most obvious case for the fake is the simplest one. It sounds like a recording. If it is a recording, a lot of things make a lot of sense. The same phrases over and over with the exact same inflection, slowed down cadence, pitched down tone, the fact that it doesn't really sound like a humanoid. People also point to a whirring on the calls, like a tape recorder hitting fast forward and rewind to cue up the next answer to play on the phone, something like that. That can explain the static as well, the pauses. It's weirdly fast, back-to-back repeats. Obviously cannot refute any of that with the partially functioning portion of my brain. It really might just be a recording. Earliest debunk was that Gary used a Talkboy, which is the toy recorder from Home Alone 2, which was everywhere in 1992. Kid records himself, slows it down, fakes the alien. Only problem with that is Talkboy that could actually change a voice, the deluxe one with the speed dial, it didn't ship until April of 1993. The calls came in February. Boom! I just scared all my dogs a lot. So the one feature in the Talkboy that would have made it work did not exist yet, unless you got one in bitches on pre-order. And for what it's worth, Gary flat out denies a Talkboy. He doesn't deny that it could have been some kind of recording. He says that it just wasn't the Talkboy specifically. But the deeper problem with debunking this is the audio itself. If we think about the chain this sound went through, if it's a recording played through a microphone into a landline receiver, captured on an answering machine cassette, later burned to a CD, then digitized into the file that you hear today. Now, so each one of those steps bleeds some level of quality. The skeptics over at Metabunk, a forum that exists to pick paranormal nonsense apart, they tried, and they pretty much hit a wall. Nobody knows how much the tape was slowed down in the first place, or nobody knows the right speed to bring it back to. You can't cleanly compare it to, let's say, Gary's real voice. But that didn't stop people, obviously, from trying. A YouTuber named Pandox sped the voice back up to a normal human cadence and pitched it up, and it doesn't really sound like Gary to me.
To investigate this claim, the following audio of call 1 has been manipulated to increase the playback speed.
Steven, if you're playing games, they're going to kick your ass.
So how long will you go to Quebec from Texas?
He ran the words both voices say through an analysis and got something like a 30% match, which is pretty low. Low enough that he argued it's probably not Gary. But that's a hobbyist, not a forensics lab, to be fair. But it still points away from it being a Gary faked it hoax. Now, one thing that should bug you, Gary didn't tell the story for 13 years. Not until November 2006 when he handed a CD to a MUFON investigator named Sue Swiatek. This was at a MUFON event, and MUFON, the Mutual UFO Network, is the big UFO network, the largest civilian UFO group in the country. Lanyards, polo shirts, pay your dues, go hunt UFOs, walk around pulling on it, and all that. And it comes out at this event that Gary's family belonged to the smaller regional cousin, LEOFON, the Long Island UFO network. So Gary loves it. But strange, Gary doesn't even tell his own story. Sue tells it for him. She plays the CD for the room. Turns out she already knew of Gary's dad. He was kind of a legacy name in the UFO world. Gary's father and uncle helped investigate the South Haven Park crash, which was an object that allegedly came down in Suffolk County Park on November 24th, 1992, the same year as the wedding. And the family supposedly had VHS footage from that investigation. Very interesting. By the way, good luck finding any solid info on South Haven. It's difficult. It doesn't help that half of everybody misspells it as two words, South Haven, but the bits that survive are pretty wild. There's a guy on Reddit claiming he was a local PD stationed at the park who says once the thing came down, men in suits, FBI, CIA, he doesn't know, but they all showed up and they cleared everyone out of the park. There's also a 4chan thread with screenshots of the footage that's since vanished. Fox even aired some of it on a show called Encounters back in '94. But the reason why the crash matters to Gary, the people who investigated it started getting harassed the same way that Gary did. Take the network's vice president, Stephen Lavarone. No relation to Gary's brother, just a burly, big old hairy electrical contract mother. Come on now. According to a 1998 Washington Post profile, ever since the South Haven crash, he believed he was being watched. Phones tapped, house under surveillance, people looking into the windows like this, kind of doing one of these right here. And how about this? He said computer-altered voices were leaving menacing messages on his answering machines. We don't have his recordings, but two men, UFO network, same corner of Long Island, both kind of targeted in this similar, same sort of way. Then there's the man who ran the network, President John Ford. In 1996, Ford was arrested and charged with plotting to murder 3 Suffolk County politicians. Prosecutors said he wanted to poison them with radioactive material because he was convinced that they were covering up the South Haven crash. The case painted a man who'd spiraled and was convinced that communists were coming for upstate New York. Guess what, bud? They're there. 2 other men were charged, pleaded out, and testified against him. And I want to be very clear because it very much matters. Ford was never convicted. He was found too delusional to stand trial and held from 1997 to 2019 at a maximum security psychiatric hospital, which is a tragedy. Then he was moved to a less restrictive one where he still is, and to this day, he says that he was framed. That's the world that all this lives in. That's the world that Gary's living in. So back to the only question that matters. What the f is the point? If it's a prank, who did it? Dad already ruled out Stephen back during the calls. Stephen would never have kept a straight face through 3 of them in one night. Could have been the old friend Mike. Could have been Brian, the younger brother. He's a rascal. He's the youngest. We don't really know anything about him, so I'm not sure. Either way, whoever did it knew the family was into UFOs and somehow made every call come up out of area. So if it's aliens, you know, that makes sense. They're always out of area, guys. But a prank doesn't explain the rest. Who were the 2 men at the airport, the one with the notebook who only talked to Gary, the one who switched seats to keep grilling him about how he spells his name and when he's going back to Texas. What the f do they have to do with anything? That's what makes it all really strange. But the strangest thread in this whole nest is the one the voice itself warned about, the impersonator, the double at the wedding, the Gary, who called Mike before Gary had even decided to travel. So either Gary fabricated those pieces to dress up the calls, or somebody out there was being Gary. And listening to how genuinely rattled and annoyed Gary sounds on the recordings, I feel for Gary. Gary could be a victim of something here, not necessarily the author of something. So was he being warned? Was he being intimidated the way that Lavarone was because of what his family was tangled up in, the South Haven stuff, or what? After the calls, Gary went quiet. He's done one real sit down on a podcast called Mysterious Brews, plus a handful of random convention appearances. He has a really bizarre YouTube channel, Abandoned Places out in Nevada. He's got a clip titled My Harem, which is kind of epic. He's mostly stepped back now, stays out of the scene, but every time he tells the story, it stays very consistent. The most unsettling read of all of this is that maybe Gary was left alone because he stayed quiet. His dad and uncle never really went public about South Haven. They didn't release the tapes. They didn't leak that shit. Gary sat on his own tapes for 13 years. Maybe that brought him some peace, or maybe he's still a little scared that somewhere out there is the other Gary, the person that his brother saw on the way to the wedding, the person on the phone with Mike, the person who told him to beware. Whether or not that person, that voice, was a recording or a prank, or maybe even a man in black come to keep him quiet, there still might be two Garys, and there still might be two of you. Thanks for watching this episode of the Nonstop PsyOp Podcast. Leave suggestions down below. See you guys in the next episode.
YouTube TV is amazing. Why would you settle for anything less?
Why would anybody settle for just that? Can you imagine if Zlatan was mad? I call him. Lions cannot be cold or tamed. Tiny taps, tiny taps.
Hey, we bopping. Hey, we rocking. Ooh, stop it. Yeah, we gotta fucking rock. No, pop it. Ooh, yeah, pop and lock it. Then you gotta just stop and drop it. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, I got it. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, we mobbing. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, I got it. Ooh, I got it. Put that money in my pocket. Got a layer key. Wait, why is this fucking on? Fuck is this shit at, man? I was over there, I got you. I'm going over there right now. The hell is that? Why do I have a thingy spinning around me? Pretty cool. go back over here and open up some more chests.
It's cat time! We had so much fun teaming up with Le Seraphim and Islet for our new song, Iconic by Mistake. Check it out on YouTube, your one-stop shop for music.
Yeah, jump on your face.
We're stuck on this theme park ride forever, Wubby.
Please just kill me.
Can someone please laugh?
I am an Indian guy.
Hey! Welcome back to Mulligan's!
Wow.
Hey, I'm big!
Can you one up that or
What'd you say?
I said welcome back to Mulligan's.
Welcome back to Mulligan's. I'm Nick.
Keep your hands up on where we can see him. I don't know if I like that.
Welcome back to Mulligan's.
He was down here. You want me to do one too?
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone do
why
it,
not?
and then rate it.
I'll do it like I actually do it. You ready?
Yeah.
Hey. We're here. We are. Do you have one? That's tough.
No, I actually like this, actually. Starting your episode like this.
What does it mean?
Here we go.
Mo again?
We are here back on Mulligan's, joined by Hunter, Papa Meat, Meat Canyon, and no one, you know, we're here joined by Hunter, Papa Meat. You know him, you love him. He has brought Nick, the talented Nick. They work together, they do a lot of cool stuff. Check them out, you know who they are. Hunter, who are you playing today?
I'm playing Pietra, crafter of clowns.
And you brought this from home?
No.
Okay.
Nope, have not heard of the instantly recognizable and very funny Pietra, crafter of clowns. It has haste, robots you control get +1/+1, and I can pay Boros to tap and tell a joke you haven't told this game to someone outside the game, and I get to create a 1/1 white clown robot artifact creature token. If that person laughed, the token gains haste until end turn.
That's all it gets?
That's actually so...
That's not good
It's
at all.
It's a 3/2.
It only gets temporary haste.
I gotta say, I'm not trying to be rude, but I will say, don't care for this card.
Really?
Don't care.
You don't like the mechanic?
It just pisses me off. You know what it does though? I don't like any Magic card where the people are smiling. There's no reason to smile.
That's fair.
If anything, yeah, I don't know.
This is a terrible card.
Well, to be fair, it is an uncommon.
We also have a captive off-screen audience here who will be the judges for. Oh, we're getting a middle finger already. We're getting the judges for his laugh. So we'll see if he gets any. Carlos, who are you playing?
I am playing the most dangerous gamer, PewDiePie. Whenever the most dangerous gamer enters the battlefield or attacks, open an attraction, everyone's favorite mechanic. Whenever you open an attraction, put a +1/+1 counter on the most dangerous gamer. And whenever you claim a prize of an attraction, destroy target permanent. This is just AIDS.
We're gonna hang on to this. That's tough. I don't like that at all.
No. Did you like my attraction being opened? Destroy that.
If you didn't like it, fuck your soul ring.
Yeah, exactly. That's destroyed.
Nick's here.
Whoa. Hey, I have Alexander Clamilton.
I know Nick likes that. No, yeah. What? I know for a fact you like that.
What?
You saw that and you said you saw Alexander Clamilton. You did.
I feel like I'm gonna misplay this deck, but he's a 2 and a blue.
Wow. Well, you just the confidence always pours out of this man. Yeah.
I can't read, so I'm probably gonna cheat on accident. He's a 0/4. Whenever you cast a wordy spell, if it has 4 or more lines of rule text, I scry 2. 1 in a red, tap. Choose target creature you don't control. Reveal the top card of your library. He gets +X/+O until end of turn, where X is the number of lines of rule text.
What was the impression you did of him again?
Oh, and he fights the creature.
I got DK, Finder of the Lost. She opens attractions, and whenever I roll dice, I get abilities from it. We'll see if that happens at all. You guys ready to?
I'm ready.
Shuffle up and play?
Yeah. Yes.
You ready to mulligan? All right, I'm gonna keep my hand.
I'm keeping.
Does it look wordy? Do you have a wordy hand?
Yeah, there's a lot of words.
You're like, there's so many procs. Just waiting to hit my hand.
Indoctrination has begun. Our glorious cult leaders demand a uniform. Lucky for you, we have options. Grab a Messiah of the Moth's shirt or a hoodie. Accentuate your robe with a Cult of the Lamp snapback. Hide them yiddies. with the Cult of the Lamp Cami. There shall be no bare asses among the Cult of the Lamp. Come on, what did you think this is? So grab a pair of your preferred shorts and make our leaders proud. Pre-order now. pmw.store.
Alright, Carlos, you can start.
Oh shit! I'm going to play Urborg, Tomb of Yawgmoth. Everything's a swamp.
Yes. Ooh. I have a swamp.
And I'll draw a pass.
Draw. Land for turn. Go.
Land pass.
Arid Mesa, I'm gonna crack it.
That hurts.
And I'm going to see if there's a Sacred Foundry in this deck, and I'll pass my turn tab.
Woodland Cemetery. It comes in untapped because this is a swamp. I'm gonna tap 2. I'm gonna cast Ozolith Shattered Spire. It's an artifact. If one or more +1/+1 counters will be put on one artifact or creature you control, that many +1/+1 counters are put on instead. And I can do some other shit by paying 2 and tapping it.
Okay.
Cycle it too. Whatever. Pass.
We'll play Is It Gilgate? Go.
Okay.
A little slow.
Island. Yeah, this magic.
I need to hurry up. It's getting close.
I'm sorry.
I'll tap for 2. Contraband, Kingpin. Whenever an artifact enters the battlefield under my control, I scry. You're up. Still shuffling.
Not anymore.
Oh, you got the thing you were looking for.
I'm gonna play Petra.
That's crazy. How are you paying for her cost?
Oh, she's 3. Fuck. I'm still gonna play robot. Oh, welcome to the carnival. 1 clown band. It's 1/3. I gotta pay 3. Target robot gets +2/0 to end of turn. Go ahead.
Playing a swamp. I'm gonna tap 3, and I'm gonna play a Boggart's Trawler. Whenever he enters the battlefield, exile target player's graveyard. Wubby.
Nothing.
Fucking graveyard.
There's nothing there.
I have 1 card in my graveyard.
Pass.
Draw. And then play.
Exeter Clamilton?
Yeah, Clamilton. Go.
One of the founding fathers?
Draw. Let's bring out a Soul Ring, and let's...
What?
Boo. I know, everybody. I'm sorry.
Print those?
They do.
Yeah.
That's still legal?
Tapping for 3. Feywild Trickster. Whenever I roll a die, create a 1/1 blue fairy with flying. No one's open. Okay, I'll pass.
Girl. Battlefield forward. And now I'll do...
Whoa!
What is he?
0/4.
What is he?
3/1.
1/4/2/2.
No.
Well, I will swing at you. For a 2. Do you wish to take it?
No. I will block it.
He's a 3/1. This is a 2/4.
Oh, you're fine. He's dead.
Are you doing that though?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. No response. Pass turn.
Okay, I tap.
Last time you were here, we ruined my relationship with wizards forever.
That was not my fault.
Wait, what happened?
I didn't say that.
There's a bit of a taste in your mouth there.
No, I don't.
Last time you were here.
I was just saying. I'm wondering if we could do it again. It's starting to get better. They emailed me for the first time, like after MagicCon.
They say hi.
They said,
I'm gonna play a Nurturing Peatland. I'm going to tap 4, and I'm going to play Filth. He's a 2/2 with Swamp Walk, and as long as Filth is in my graveyard and I control a swamp, creatures I control a Swamp Walk.
And he has
Swampy
Urborg
boys.
out. So all of our lands are also swamps.
"What? It's a 2/2.
2/2.
So that's just unblockable."
Yeah.
Okay.
A pass.
Oh. What is this?
I think Clamilton's about to have a couple triggers here.
I'm gonna play Split Screen. Trigger. Scry 2. Wait, yeah, 1, 2.
I love that. Trigger.
When it enters the battlefield, shuffle your library.
Well, read it.
Wait, can I have this trigger before that? Because I have to shuffle anyways.
Whenever you cast. Wait, no. So this trigger's on cast. This trigger's on
Okay,
PTB.
well, it doesn't matter. I gotta shuffle anyways.
Can I do that after?
No.
Alexander Clamilton, you are, you know what, you are complicated.
Split Screen. When it enters the battlefield, shuffle my library and deal it into 4 libraries. If anything refers to your library, choose one of your libraries for it.
What?
Oh my god. Oh my god, that's so annoying.
What?
Nightmare.
And then it says, play with your library, top cards revealed.
So you have 4 top cards?
So I can, yeah.
Oh, that's kind of good. I mean,
so you get to draw whichever one you want.
He gets to pick which library.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's fun, but
And then if you say mill.
Unfinity is fucking.
Oh, what am I doing?
That's an older
Oh my
one too,
God.
though. See, that's what I'm saying. The old ones are cool.
Oh, is that the unglued one?
It's the one. It's a wrench, so yeah.
What is unstable? Was that one good?
That was still at the time.
That's like the 20.
That was a newer one, but it's
18.
Yeah, but I don't know the year, but it was not on. What is this? Unfinity?
This is the Unfinity.
Unfinity. That's where they lost the plot, in my opinion. Okay, but like this is fucking.
What the fuck is happening?
It's my library.
So when you have to shuffle your library, do you do all 4 or do you do 1?
I get to choose. That's what I'm saying. Whenever it refers
so
to
you
it.
have 4 libraries now.
Yeah, and I get to choose like if I want to draw or shuffle.
Rad. Hey, good deck. This is cool. This is fun.
Pass.
All right,
So
that's it.
I want to get both of these nodes.
Doesn't attack or anything.
And then exit.
All right, I'll do something less cool, and I'll bring out my commandeer.
That was less cool.
When she don't boo. When she enters, we're gonna go to the carnival, guys.
Show
And I'm gonna
me
open my
the
first
path with
attraction.
the least
It's the
amount
spinny
of-
ride. Peanut, would it trigger when I first bring it in? So it's next turn. That's
Your first main phase.
That's really cool. Okay.
Nodes
When I
grab.
visit it, which it lands on 2, 3, and 6, I can tap target creature an opponent controls. Carlos.
Yeah.
I'm gonna swing a 1/4 at you with lifelink.
Okay, I'll block it.
Okay, I'll pass.
I feel used.
You were. I think I know what you can do. I think it's
tell a joke.
It's about that time, buddy.
It is about that time. God damn it. All right, I'll do it.
Can we get quiet on set, please, everybody?
I'll tell a joke.
Can you
yeah,
make a
actually, it's
picture
so
of
weird
it?
when you say actually tell a joke. God, I feel like the only jokes I know are like long ones. Should I just do a long one?
Yeah, tell the longest joke you know.
I'm gonna tell the longest joke.
This just sucks so much.
I don't think I have a joke.
Alex.
What the
fuck?
What
Alex.
the fuck?
Alex.
What the fuck?
That counts.
We gave a whole speech too.
Oh,
Alex sucks.
That was
well. I'm just a bit.
Well, hey, now
I'm just
they
a bit
can't-
of a funny man
now
like
he can't
that.
say
No, you
that
have
he
to
doesn't have
follow
a
the
joke.
And
nodes
you know
that
the
are
worst
on the
part?
board,
He
not
already
make your
told.
own
We
path.
now didn't get to hear whatever he was gonna spin up.
Next
Thank
time.
you,
That's okay.
Alex.
I'm pissed. I was expecting a long joke.
And I am livid right now. Well, first off, I'm going to swing both these at Nick.
Is this the start of a clown?
Yes.
Okay.
What is he? What's the clown?
He's a 2/2.
I block the 2?
Useless. 2, so you just take 2.
I would take 1, right? Oh, wait.
+1 from that.
Yeah.
He's getting benefits here.
Okay.
All right, that's it. Good.
Untap.
The robot stays, right? It just loses haste.
Yeah. If someone laughed, she clearly did.
Okay.
It gains haste.
Everybody gets 1.
I'm playing Overgrown Tomb. I'm gonna shock it in. Tap 4. And I didn't even shock this. I'm going to cast Step Right Up. I'm gonna open 2 attractions.
Wait a minute.
Step right up.
There can only be 1 carnival.
Step. You got competition down the street, buddy. I'm gonna open 2 attractions. Let's see what we get.
You get 2?
Yeah, I get 2. It's actually a better fucking place here.
I only have the spinny ride.
I got the balloon stand. Visit, choose 1, create a 1/1 red balloon creature token with flying, and then sacrifice a balloon. If you do, target creature gains flying until end of turn. I strap balloons to creatures.
Peanut, on main phase, start of main phase, if you have multiple attractions, can you go to each one of them?
I believe you just go down the line.
Man, attractions are so dumb, dude.
And so it has lit up numbers on the side. You roll a d6. If it hits one of those lit up numbers, then you visit it. Then you do the
Right.
If 1 or more +1/+1 counters will be put on an artifact or creature you control, that many +1. Does that matter for attractions? Does it get counters on them? Okay.
There's no counters. It's just a chance thing. But also, I believe both your commanders like interact with rolling dice. So
Yes, mine
keep track of those triggers also.
Okay, second attraction is I got a roller coaster, bro. You're cooked.
Is it just called roller coaster?
It's just roller coaster.
Damn. It's so generic. It could be anything.
Creatures you control get +2/+0 until end of turn.
Turn to turn. That is a roller coaster.
That's a roller coaster.
Ups and downs.
It was really cool, and then it wasn't. Pass.
Wait, this is exciting though. Where's he?
Where do I don't know.
You gotta choose.
I know we're hating on
The
Infinity,
bowl?
but like
The bowl? The
This
calendar.
Is a cool fucking card.
I'll get the calendar.
Wait, I'm realizing how synergistic this card
How
is.
Clamilton and the deal seem to
Someone
pop
cooked
off.
here.
What's your game?
I have a 1/4 and a 2/2 right now.
All right, land for turn.
Oh, and I missed a trigger. Sorry, YouTube. It was just a scry. They're gonna, dude. People are watching to analyze.
Yeah, not to be too much of like a backseat gamer here, but
Ultimately, I see that.
And then immediately backseats.
Yeah.
We really gave the reading deck to the illiterate.
I was gonna say that's not a good idea. I guess I'll play bronze calendar.
Holy shit.
Spells you cast cost 1 less to cast. You must speak in a voice other than your normal voice.
Alexander Clamilton.
Oh, Alexander Clamilton. Whenever you speak in your normal voice, sacrifice bronze calendar.
Oh my god. He's getting all the shit, dude. I'm sorry.
Go.
Actually, how about this? What if I write down 4 accents and you choose one at random?
Can you add Indian on there?
I have 4 here for you, Nick. You can feel free to shuffle them, however.
Oh, I'm nervous.
Go ahead. Good luck.
For the camera?
Yeah, R. Kelly.
Yeah. When he went, yeah. What the fuck?
I don't know what R. Kelly sounds like.
You seem to have picked a side.
I had. Yeah, I never heard before, but I'm assuming it's a. I had Austin Powers, Adam Sandler, and then the other one was Indian guy.
I love how R. Kelly.
All right, well, R. Kelly, though, to use the calendar, you have to speak like R. Kelly.
Yeah.
All right, hey, bitch, let me piss on your face.
Y'all, bitch, I'm gonna piss on your face.
There you go.
Y'all, bastard.
I'm fighting for my life in here. That's one of my favorite videos of all time. I'm fighting for my fucking life in here.
Okay,
Bitch,
I'm gonna roll for my attraction.
Yeah,
I got a 1.
Y'all got a bathroom?
That creates 1/1 flyer. All right, and then we're gonna tap for 4. Vidalkin Squirrel Whacker. When she enters, roll a 6-sided die twice. Its base power and toughness become the first result, or its base power becomes the first result, and its toughness becomes the second. So for her power, 6. So she's a 6. 6 trigs here. Whenever you roll a 6, return target creature from graveyard to hand. I've done. I'll create another fairy. And then she's a 6 and a 4. 4 triggers here. Untap or tap target creature. Guys, who's the threat?
Obviously, Clamilton.
Where do you think I should go, Kelly?
Oh,
remember who you are.
Y'all, get him.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair.
Yeah.
Okay.
Stank.
If you would roll 1 or more 6-sided die, instead
All right,
roll
I made the
them.
bet.